For the seventh time, Calgary hosts the Canadian Men's Curling Championship. Day one, the Tim Hortons Brier. And the handshakes, your Canadian Men's Curling Champions, Alberta. Last year, Kevin Cooey led his team to another Brier title. But in an off-season of change, Cooey was the first to find a new crew. Now, former rivals are teammates, champions, uniting with champions. The top teams from across the country have gathered in Calgary. The Tim Hortons Brier begins now. Just like being back in school, there was always a straggler or two for picture day. Everybody into position now. Smile nicely. 14 teams for the picture, but only 11 were guaranteed a spot so far in this, the Tim Hortons Brier. As on this opening day, we say hello, Canada, and welcome to Calgary. It's always a thrill, it's never changed, to walk into a building like the Saddle Dome for the Tim Hortons Brier. But there are changes this year in the format. For the first time ever, there is a Team Canada as well as Northwest Territories. Yukon have been separated, which means there was a 3-team pre-qualifying tournament to determine that last spot in the field of 12. Yukon opened with a win over PEI. Nova Scotia then beat Yukon. Prince Edward Island beat Nova Scotia yesterday, meaning they all finished at 1-1, meaning it came down to that draw to the button, and the team from Nova Scotia was sent home. So today, it'll be Bob Smallwood, Yukon, against Adam Casey, PEI, to determine who will get that 12th and final spot in the field. But that's not the only change. A big change for us, too, at TSN. For the first time ever, you're going to have your choice of games to watch. There are 4 games on the ice, but you will have your choice between watching Team Canada against Manitoba or Yukon against Prince Edward Island. It's up to you what you want to see here. Draw one, day one, the Tim Hortons Brier. He's worn a Team Canada jacket before as a member of Team Canada at the Olympics, but never before at a Brier. First time ever in John Morris's Team Canada here in Calgary. We say hello, Canada, and welcome to our opening day coverage. Cheryl and Russ alongside. Let's take a look at the field of 11 who are guaranteed spots. We'll go west to east, and we'll start a group with Team Canada in that Western 4.
Well, what jumps out automatically is there's 2 home teams in this thing, with Johnny Moe being Team Canada. And he's playing with the team that Kevin Cooey had that won this thing last time, but Cooey's got a dream team of his own. That's going to be tough.
We'll go to the middle of the country now, and a similar situation as we saw at Moose Jaw in the Scotties. Jennifer Jones, Olympic gold medalist. We've got an Olympic gold medalist here too.
Well, we do, but they've had to start all over from scratch this year and fight their way back in. And they've had to play all year with that bullseye on their back and really fight that Olympic letdown. But you know, they were a little busy winning gold last year and couldn't be at a Brier, and you know they'd love to be back and win that Maple Leaf again this year.
Yeah, Brad Jacobs from Sault Ste. Marie. So let's go to the east now, and in the final 3 we know will be there. Jean-Michel Menard has won this before.
He has, and if you won it before, you know he can do it, and that's half the battle. Undefeated at his provincials this year, Vic, that you know they're going to be a very consistent team, a tough team to beat game in and game out. The team I'm looking at is the guy who's never won this thing before, Brad Gushue. He's won everything out, gold medal. This is on his bucket list. This is the last thing he has to cross off. Mark Nichols is back, look out.
So those are the 11 teams that we know. One more spot to fill. Will it be Yukon or PEI? We're about to find out. It is draw one at the Brier.
We're kind of happy to be here and represent the Yukon and just take it one game at a time. You get a tingling sensation in your body, and it feels good playing in front of a lot of people. We just have to go out there and give it our best.
think we're just trying to take it like another game. We've been saying the whole time, the team that gets through the pre-qualifier, I think is advantage them. It's going to be our third game. So then whoever's the winner's got to regroup quickly, and hopefully that's us.
The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for more than 20 years. By M&M Meat Shops, frozen food at its best. And by Scotties Sponge Towels, Purex, and Cashmere. Proud to support the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
So for the first time in network history, you have a choice between the games. There you can see on 3 and 5, Team Canada against Manitoba, or the final qualifying game, Yukon PEI on TSN 1 and 4. One will be in, the other will be eliminated. It's time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware, owners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Hi, I am Bob Smallwood, skipping Team Yukon, throwing lead, Clint Ireland, throwing second rocks, Scott O'Dine, playing third is Wade Scoffin, and we curl all the Whitehorse Curling Club.
I'm Adam Casey, skip at Team Prince Edward Island. My lead is Robbie Doherty. My second is Anson Carmody. My third is Josh Berry, and we curl out of the Silver Fox Curling and Yacht Club, as well as the Charlottetown Curling Club.
Adam Casey tightens him up before he battles Robert Smallwood. You can see the hammer beside the Yukon name. That means they will have the last rock playing the red stones. Prince Edward Island will play the yellow. And to get us underway, from PEI, 26-year-old Robbie Doherty.
Robbie's down from my neck of the woods and curled against Robbie a few times. Great guy, great sense of humor. He's got to be nervous. This is huge. It's, it's his first Brier game. He's played 2 games in this building, obviously, to get this far. But now it's for real. Look at the crowd, sudden death, and which team's going to handle this the best?
He is a former New Brunswick junior winner of 2009, representing the province, and that's the thing for me. I said to you last evening, or even yesterday afternoon when we were here, Russ, my first Brier was 1986, and it's never changed for me. You just walk into this building, you see the ice, you just feel it. There is a certain, I don't know, anticipation. I doubt it very much changes for you too, and you're not playing anymore.
And I wish I was. I still play at the club a little bit, but when you miss a club game, it's not like this. When you get into, you're absolutely right. You get into this building, you just feel it's like, why can't I be out there?
And immediately we have a problem with the handle, the electronic handle. We've seen that before, and if they don't set it properly, and that's what one of the ice makers, Cheryl, was saying at a previous event, that the players weren't tipping it back far enough to set it. So if it in fact is a handle problem, they'll bring an official out and put him at the hog line.
They will. We saw that at the Scotties, and they'll change the handle first or try and test it and see if there's any issues with it. If they can't fix it or it becomes a continuous issue, they will bring out somebody for the hog line.
Adam Casey here playing in this game for the last spot as we say good afternoon. Kathy Gauthier, Russ has been talking about all the shoveling he's been doing in the Moncton area. There's just been so much snow in the Maritimes.
Well, there has, and for Adam Casey, skipping in his first Brier, really wanted to do things right. Flew out here Tuesday. His team was supposed to come Wednesday, Vic, but they had 20 feet of snow, he said, and the Charlottetown airport was closed. They drove to Halifax, spent the night on the floor in the airport, and got here a couple of hours before that first game. That's the game they would lose 8-1, and just the anxiety around that. Adam Casey shot 54%. Not so much the second game, brought his numbers up by 40%, and is super confident that if you can get through this game, playing those games has really going to be an advantage.
And when you think as well, he has that Canadian junior title. He has played with Brad Gouju, so you take all that experience, pull it out of your pocket, and hopefully will pay off today. Let's take a look at this game plan for Prince Edward Island.
Well, it takes 4 people to be calm. Adam's been here before, so I don't expect too many nerves out of Adam, but new team, young team, and I think expect them to play it fairly simple early. They've thrown up that center guard, which helps, but I think as this game wears on, once Adam knows his team's ready to go, they're going to put a lot of rocks in play.
So the handle problem has been solved, and for Yukon, this is Clint Ireland.
Yep. Hard. Hold it out there. Hard. Hurry. Hurry. Hard. Come on.
He's trying to chip it and roll it to the corner. Just leaves it off the center line. So for this team of Robert Smallwood, a game plan for them, Cheryl?
Well, I think the advantage they have is their home club, the Whitehorse Curling Club. It has excellent ice surface. They get sometimes 6 feet of curl there, so that's obviously going to help them out here in their comfort level. And then also, I think, focus on that first win that they had against PEI and pick up on the ice first and get settled in and just start to relax out there.
And that is probably a key here. When do you relax? When do you find yourself, do you think, Russ, settling down?
Well, I like what Cheryl said. This team is used to swingy ice. We talked so much about the East not being able to do that, and now Adam's taken the Brad Gushu approach because he used to curl with Brad, and they've paid their dues. They've played all around the country to play on the good surfaces against the best team, so they'll catch on earlier too. But I think in game 1, that was part of the reason that the Yukon won the game so easily, because they just were more comfortable early.
Well, I was talking to Adam earlier, and he had talked about that exact thing, Russ, where he said he put $25,000 of his own money in for them to be able to spiel this year, you know, get on the tour, travel. They ended up winning a fair bit of that back, so it was, you know, a good investment, but it's a big risk. But he said, I really wanted it bad enough, so that's what I was willing to do.
Great for him, you know. He once there was no room for him on the Gushu team because they brought in the great Mark Nickel, he took it tough. He actually gave me a call, and we talked about it for a while, and he took the high road, realized, you know, Mark would just about replace anybody, so he didn't take it personally, but he got on his horse, made some phone calls, put a team together, and worked hard. And that's what, in Eastern Canada, if you want to be here and you want to be good, you have to do what they've done.
First opportunity with those 2 centers out in front, and Clint Ireland goes deep to the back 8. Throwing second stones for PEI, Anson Carmody.
Line's really good. Line's good. Wait only. Line's great. Wait only. Line's good. 6. A little heavy. Oh. Doc, if anything. Oh, can't. Try to keep it in front of the tee. Hard, Doc. Oh, wait. Okay, yep. Hard. Spot, Anson. Well done.
Just to bite the top edge of the button.
Team PI looks a lot more comfortable with the speed and the curl already, as opposed to game 1. They just weren't there at all.
No, it's so tough mentally. You really are trying to come here early, prepare, get ready for the game, and to have that kind of situation happen, it can rattle you before you even step on the ice.
Scott O'Dine throwing the second stones. They played with a 5-man rotation. Steve Fecto sitting as the 5th man in this qualification game.
Good, Scott.
Gets them both off, spills one in.
I think I like that tight, don't you?
Just guard it, I think.
I like that, yeah.
At least for now.
We want 2 or?
Halfway is good, yeah.
Okay.
This tells me a lot about Adam Casey's confidence level right now, because you could hit that back one. That's the only one that can hurt you. Let's say this guard over or under curls, and there's a chance for the
Mine's a hair tight.
Smallwood to actually sit 2 with hammer. So this is dangerous but aggressive call, and it's showing a little confidence in Mr. Carmody to put it in the right spot.
Oh, never. On its own. Doc, if anything.
Well, you've got to think Casey's team would be the team with the edge and experience, and so putting that pressure on early is, if you can do it, it's a huge advantage.
Sweet. Good. Yes. Get a hold of something here. Just throw normal. Tight. You're tight? Yeah. Whoa. Close. Yep. Hurry. Hard. Come on, guys.
Scuffing.
Hard.
Ireland
Whoa. Get that back one.
And just by, and they'll kill their own to the back 8.
They got off at the roll of guard, which is what you always want to do, but one more lick, it would have hit that top rock, left their own in play. Bad break here. Look how close it is to getting that shot one.
Have to get on those a little earlier. Hey, that thing
I think it curls faster than you thought it was, eh?
At the same side of the ice, mine slid really good. Where else, buddy?
Josh Barry is another New Brunswick transplant, having played with James Grattan a year ago. 4-time New Brunswick junior champion skip.
Yeah, we've seen him so many times, Vic, in the junior, you and I, and the loves to draw. And the fact that he was here just recently at the Brier, that really helps.
So that little Wicks just straightens it out to cover the shot stone, sitting the 3. Prince Edward Island without last rock here in the first.
Shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so normal.
2 options here. You can hit it right on the center line and make that top double. They might be more interested in getting that dangerous one off the button.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
The other one.
That's good.
Well, the angle raise gets rid of a couple. Still sitting 2.
Yep.
Really good shot, because the one that was on the button's not as close now, so there's a little bit more room for error here.
I thought the speed was real good here too, Josh.
Yeah, that's probably max size.
You really want to keep 2 options open in this situation. With that red rock, that corner guard, that tight corner guard, it's really stopping Bob Smallwood's last out turn if he has to draw the 4-foot. So he's going to try really hard to keep the other side open.
Yeah, it'll be his only path into the button.
Hard early. Hard early. 3. Whoa. Hey, whoa, over off.
Yeah, we can't go. We can't go for weight.
3.
2, 3.
Coming down. 2. Clean. 2. Line's great.
2.
Line's great. Whoa, whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa.
Good shot.
Why don't you show him the outside? It's a lot better in the end.
Run it in.
Adam learned a lot playing with Brett Gallant for years in junior, but also with Brad Gushu, obviously. And you heard him say we're better to guard the inside of that. Reason being, and he did. Reason being, if they poke that guard over curls, then they can hit that shot rock, roll behind that red corner guard. Tough to do that now.
That's close, right? That's close.
Where's the weight?
Yeah. Steve should be there by itself.
Weight's all there. Where is it?
Weight scoffing.
Back 4.
Round.
Back 4.
Whoa. Clean.
Just trying to come through that hole.
Hard. Yeah.
Ryan
Hard, guys.
picked up now. Ireland drag it through.
Go.
Now that little rub and the roll and the spin, and not quite to be shot stone.
It's good they got it there for second shot.
Yeah, forces Casey
Nice
to deal
shot.
with it.
Waited a little too long.
Okay, for second shot, eh?
Yeah.
You know, this reminds me of that ice we saw in Moose Jaw. Did you hear somebody say, nice shot? I guess it probably was Smallwood. We waited too long. Remember in Moose Jaw, you had to believe. You had to believe that the ice's Cheryl was going to curl. You couldn't pick it up and save it after it started to break.
No, and that comes with the experience of playing on this ice. You know that you have to anticipate it and get on the sweep far before it starts curling, before that break point in the ice, because once it goes, you can't hold it with sweeping, and you can't even drag it for weight either.
So good. Probably just board.
Whoa. Yep. Clean. Yep.
Yeah. Hard.
3 straight Brier appearances with Gushu.
Hard. Never off.
One more time here. Riding that line, coming on through. Oh, and they're going to get away with that little rub on the catcher at the back.
I think so. Yeah. I think we'll for the ball.
That went a lot, eh?
Well, just
Yeah, it's pretty fresh.
Fresh
You wanna-
apple.
Fresh pebble, you heard the word. Nobody practices down the middle because they're all trying to draw to the button in the 2 10-minute practice times. So a lot of fresh pebble. That's a little more
The worst result.
curl for sure, because there's that much more of the bite from these aggressive rocks, and that almost
Yeah,
was
let's
a
face it, if
disaster.
it roll that way's fine.
Might be able to roll right in behind him.
Yeah.
I think he wants to throw the hit.
What kind of weight do you want?
Just normal.
Are you doing this turn?
What's that?
You doing this turn?
We'll come across.
Yeah.
Top. Yeah.
Pokes right out in the open here. I think
Maybe just on in the middle.
Bob can throw any weight he wants at this one and roll into the center. Maybe make the double.
Did he?
Rush, you always say that. They never practice down the middle.
I'm going to hit and roll.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, if it comes to a shot like that, and you haven't practiced it, isn't that your fault if you miss it?
Yeah, it is. It is, but you have to weigh in. Am I going to win the draw to the button if I don't practice the draw to the button lane? And all the teams warm up that draw to the button lane, make sure there isn't any fresh pebbles, so that if they're a hair light or hair narrow, they can drag it. So it's that calculated risk. Do I warm up the entire sheet but not be as sharp on that draw to the button? Because that draw to the button, you can see in this case, could pay dividends.
Sure, Smallwood has handled. This is his first. A little thin, but there's that catcher. And now he's hanging around, second shot.
Oh, plan B. They were on that right out of his hand. They held it really well.
Mr. Smallwood, formerly Mr. Andrews,
Moved a lot,
in his previous appearances. And he changed his name in honor of his grandmother, who was his biggest fan. And when she passed away, she said, I was going to honor her by changing my name to Smallwood. And he said, you may remember her. She would always yell down from the rafters, "Polar power," and wave the flag.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why he changed his name to Smallwood in honor of his grandmother.
So this one might be a little fresh.
Might be
Yeah,
a hair
I'm thinking I want a top four. I'm thinking if I throw just a little more and run it through in the draw to the button.
Yeah, I like that.
Just a hair, though, Casey.
Yeah.
You're talking about this path, too. You wouldn't have gone out here for your draw to the button, so will it be a little stickier? It'll be fresher pebble.
And it is a calculated guess.
Quite a bit more than draw the button.
Adam knows it's slower there, but how much? Is it 3 feet? Is it 7 feet?
I didn't add anything, Anson.
And this is a shot you don't want to be deep on and give him something to come down to.
Top floor, room. Line's good, top floor.
Line's great. Line's
Top
great.
floor. Dock. Yep. Hard.
Wow, just to get it to the edge of the 4, so sitting the 2.
I like what I see out of this Prince Edward Island front end already. They were calm on that sweep. They knew they had to go at the end, but they were patient, waited for as much curl to get it underneath that red one. Beautiful spot.
Robbie Doherty, Hanson Carmody.
Yeah, good throw. Put her in the 4 foot.
Yeah.
What do we want?
It's a 90.
You want an 90?
90, yeah.
Yep.
It's extremely tough draw here. You have to get by that center red, which this rock will be on it right till the hog line. It's visually intimidating. Then it could over curl and hit enough of that top yellow to give up a steal of 2.
And again, if they've learned anything from that first one, they're going to have to brush now and believe it's going to break for them.
Just for line.
It might be easier to throw with weight and get a little wick off more than just straight draw.
Lots of weight. We're through the hole.
Through the hole they are. But where's the weight now? And the wick and the rub and the roll to catch it for a single. Robert Smallwood has a smile early here in Calgary. We talked, both of you, about settling the nerves and making that shot that just might give you some confidence. And how's this for Bob Smallwood and his last?
Well, it's all over the guard all the way down, and you had to be a little aggressive with draw weight. If that's draw weight, that curls right to the face of the yellows to steal a 2. Back 4, absolutely perfect.
So it's an early tee shot, and it's brought to you by Scotty's, Canada's favorite brand of facial tissue. Here at the Saddle Dome in Calgary, and this relegation game to determine the 12th team in the field. And it's an early lead for the team from the Yukon. Prince Edward Island will now have the last rock. They have the hammer here in 2 playing the Yellowstone.
Hard. Keep going. Shot, buddy.
Shot.
We were looking across the other sheets, and as the scores come up,
4-5.
they were all up and down the ice. We were the only game with stones in play.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little tight. A little tight, guys.
Yeah, you would have thought with the nerves that they may have played it a little bit clean to start, but both teams going right at it.
You know, the other sheets have 11 lives. Here they've got 1.
Come on, it's got to be in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Nice, Vic.
Foot, if anything. Speed should be good here.
That's going to be something Yukon's going to watch. We saw the first down behind the tee, back 8 foot, this one again.
Yeah, it's not a great spot. It's close to the button, but not in the right area.
Wait's good. Wait's good. Wait's good. Wait's good. Wait's good. Wait's really good there. Bit of room if anything.
Wait's good.
T-line. Yep. Hard.
Carmody and Barry on this brush. Sneak it by. They did.
Hard, boys. Hard. Whoa.
And they'll drag it just top edge of the 8.
A little fresh, I think.
What's that?
A little fresh there. 4?
They're on off it early for line, and that's what we talk about with the Eastern teams. It's just believing. They waited till the line was really good, but lost the speed in the meantime.
I think Bob's playing this for a 12 foot for a guard. The other option would be maybe come in top 4.
So 3-4. Where is it?
Top of the button.
Right around.
5. Where? 5. It's coming tight here.
No, it's coming down.
Is it right here? Still a 5.
Yeah.
It's going to whoa. Kiss.
That's good. Fortunate they didn't get it by. That would expose the shot rock. Let it carve up onto that guard.
Okay. You're going to need to throw it pretty hard. Try to just hit this one first.
Okay.
Sure, Anson.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Anson Carmody.
Real firm. Curl up. Curl up. Curl the hair. Spin it if it goes anywhere. Okay.
Right in the crotch. Gets them both. Leaves the shooter there.
Just needed to come up a hair.
Not bad, because they protected their own rock. It's can they get to that shot rock?
You could have taken that one. 4-5. Same way. Okay.
I think besides icing for these kind of shots, it's also learning how to throw the release for these shots as well.
Our first update is Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, Labrador. Boy, there's so many good games on the ice. Final Stone, Brad Gushu, Kathy.
Well, he tried to draw on the first one, facing 3 Saskatchewan Stones. Made a lovely shot, but Steve Laycock was able to run his own back and remove it. This is a draw, full 4 against 3.
Sweet for T. Doesn't look heavy.
Gushu out of the Valley Haley Country Club St. John's. Laycock out of the Nutana in Saskatoon.
1-0.
For the single.
Yeah, either that or rip.
You know, you said we were chatting yesterday in a production meeting, Russ, you think that a lot of good teams are going to have a lot of bad records.
Yeah, it's true. It almost has to happen. You look at the field, and we all did it. You look at your 11 games, you go, well, we should be able to beat them, but they're going to be tough. And you look at it, where do you slot these teams? You know?
Northern Ontario against Quebec. So you've got the gold medal winner in Jacobs from Sault Ste. Marie against Jean-Michel Menard, a former winner of the Brier, Kathy.
Well, and there is a red stone belonging to Northern Ontario on the other side of Ryan Fry's knee that you can't see. On his final stone, Jean-Michel tried to play the double, made contact with both, but did not remove it, so this is a hit for 2.
Came through the Northern Ontario playdowns is a final win over Al Hackner. And there's the 2 for Northern Ontario.
60-year-old Al Hackner. He was close.
I was playing with Frank Morissette at third from Calgary.
That's right.
It's great to see him.
Where's the way, T-line?
Yep. Hold it out there.
Yep.
Hold it out there, guys.
Whoa, line's good. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Ireland.
Gotta go.
Medine trying to hold it out there.
Mr. Wait! It's there. It's there. It's there. Whoa, come on.
A really nice line here. They're going to get the speed.
No bump. No bump.
Well done.
Wow, what a shot. Right down on top. Well, Team Canada, Manitoba blank the first time ever. Team Canada, John Morris, and his last, Kathy.
Well, he's facing a mitt full, Vic. He's facing 4. Reed made a lovely draw on his final stone, something he didn't have to do at all in the provincial final in Manitoba.
And just a reminder, you can see it on TSN 3 and 5. First time ever, you have a choice. Great brush to get it by. Take it all the way down. Tap it back, roll, sit in, time, out of the way, please. No, it looks like it didn't sit. Pretty close.
Very close.
Pat Simmons will have a look.
They were waiting there, Vic, and all of a sudden it made a left-hand turn. It nearly hit the guard.
First measurement.
I think it's us, but
We'll update you as soon as they decide. Pat Simmons is called for the measure.
Go switch, guys.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait for it. Yeah.
Gotta go.
Whoa.
Gotta go.
It's fine for weight. Hard now, yeah. Come on, go, go. Come on, go, go, go. Go.
Look at that.
Wade's got his button, Wade.
Did you see Wade there with the brush? Come on, boys. Come on, tuck it a little more.
Every bit as good a shot at the earlier one when we were doing the update by Josh Berry by hammering the 3 rocks out of there and allowing them to be Prince Edward Island shot rock buried. But now a tough little tap. He's got to soften that weight up quite a bit.
Josh Berry.
Gotta go.
Carmody, Doherty. Here come those guards, and they're coming quickly.
Sit. Okay. Must have grabbed it. Nice try.
Nice shot making being made here. That one over curled. Josh would love that one back. They tried to let it wreck hard enough that it would stay in the rings.
I think he thought it grabbed something.
Okay. Yeah, look wider than that early.
It went really hard early. Another chance to wrap one around here.
Guard.
Okay. Just up the center.
Well, the measure went in favor of Team Canada. And John Morris out of the Glencoe Club. Reed Carruthers from West St. Paul will have the last rock in the second.
That's a huge game too, Vic. You've got 2 teams there. You know, if one of those teams doesn't make the playoffs, they might have to look at this game because the other team makes the playoff. They're both that close to being playoff contenders.
Stay with it, though.
Yeah.
How deep?
It's all there. We don't want to touch it. No, it's not that far. It's a 3.
They're saying tons of room here, but look at that rotation. There's not much rotation, a bit of a knuckleball. So when it makes up its mind to curl, it should go sideways.
Corner on that. Corner on that. That's a good shot.
Nice shot.
Nice job, Bob.
Perfect.
No, it's not. But it's okay.
Air high, try to give myself something to run.
Yeah, I suggested if you want to reinforce.
Maybe you should bounce it, got a little separation, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you like trying to top it
I
here.
don't really.
It's tough, though.
I think it's too cute right now. Right there, I'll throw it pretty firm. Just try to
Outturn.
roll it to the...
That's always the trick when you're skipping too for Adam, to watch Bob's release, and you can't ice off it. You really have to just ice off your own team.
What were you trying to just hit off nose or?
Yeah, just a hair off nose. Make this, and he's got to make a nice one.
Even if I kill this yellow, it's good.
Okay.
I want to get nice to get the red out of the way too.
The double's not that tough a shot for somebody of Adam's skill set, but he was talking about hanging around. Then they talked him out of it because he wants to open it right up for his last one.
That's good.
Good shot.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So best you can do.
T guards, did I get that run?
Yeah.
Or this run?
Fine.
It's good.
Yeah.
No, it's best.
Sure.
I think that's best case.
Yeah.
Oh, the yellow just would have gotten in the way of one of my runs.
Yeah.
out. I think we sit on further this side.
Eh?
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's got.
But for 2? Is it for 2? It's for 2.
No, it'd be just for the one. Oh, no, it might be for 2, yeah. Yeah. That's okay.
Throw up another one.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the call is. You've got two choices: to throw the guard, but that leaves the runs pretty accessible, or come right down on top of your red one.
Scott's getting cold.
You ever hide a piece around that yellow, that would be the call, I think.
Sweat's starting to go away.
See over curls it.
More ice, too.
Okay.
That's almost 6 feet of ice because the rock isn't anywhere near the button. It's 6-7 inches inside the buttons.
That's less.
See that little bit less rotation.
4 seconds, so we're probably 2-3 right now.
Clean.
I can't see
Moves
it
down,
under
guys.
curling.
Moves down.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
How deep?
It's a 3.
Yeah.
Final stone for
Whoa, it's too late.
No.
Bob Smallwood at a White Horse.
Whoa.
Stop rock.
Sitting one without last rock.
That's a perfectly thrown stone, perfect speed with the right ice, but he had maybe 2 rotations instead of 3.5, and that's how big a difference. That overcurled by a good 8 inches.
Well, and the problem for the sweepers is they can't jump it, or it slides into the rings, and so it's going to be a little tricky for the sweepers to know when to get on those.
Make it, we can get 2. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. You got her, Casey. It'll curl.
Speed's still good here.
just backlining. I don't think he can be any more than that with that ice.
No, I don't think
agree.
so.
Just a sliver less. It's good.
That's the way I like to do it. Adam's sitting in the hack and visualizing, and he said that's max ice, so he just moved it in a half an inch, just give him a little more feel for how much curl he's going to get.
Final stone right now. It is Yukon sitting the one.
Back line.
Right on the lid.
Whoa, Robbie, you're tight.
Doherty,
Off.
Carmody, all on its own. It's got to break for him and break
Go
hard.
hard, Josh. Go hard, Josh.
Tap it back, move it back, a little bit more, and not far enough. And it'll be a steal of one, Yukon.
One red.
Yep.
It's usually the home of the Calgary Flames, Calgary Hitmen, Calgary Roughnecks of the National Lacrosse League, but for this week, it's the Tim Hortons Brier, the Saddle Dome here in Calgary. That was a terrific end for the team from Whitehorse. Wade Scoffin made a couple of great draws and then a little heavy, rolling too far. Final stone, Adam Casey. Steal of one for Bob Smallwood, and they have a 2-0 lead. And here in the third, it will once again be Prince Edward Island and the team from the Silver Fox and Charlottetown curling clubs that do have the last rock playing the Yellowstones.
Give us the same zone there, buddy. Not much different.
Two really well curled ends. PEI really had control both ends, but Bob Smallwood made an unbelievable draw through that port against two, and Adam almost made a great come around tap to get the two. Half an inch more curl. He scores a deuce. Now he's down 2-0.
Yep. I chatted with Wade really quickly before the game, and you know, you nervous? And he's like, yeah, it's just another game. And the way he's playing like it's just another game.
Good for him.
Whoa. Oh. He's got to go. Whoa. Okay.
Kick. Sorry.
Let's make this double. Firm. Firm.
That's firm, eh, boys?
Yep. Let's go, Robbie.
In the case of Adam Casey here, you have to make sure that Robbie understands where they want to hit this. If you hit that top rock, you'll make the double, but you will not keep this yellow rock in play.
Probably
You can actually hit the back one first.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Yep. Good shot. You know, it didn't have enough weight. I tried to chip it.
Yeah.
Right and hit the stick.
Yeah. Back in the center, yep.
You almost hit it where they wanted to, but not nearly enough speed to kick that across.
That's all we need.
Let's throw control.
Control.
Whoa. Normal. Normal weight.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No.
Here it comes.
TSN 3 and 5, first time ever. You have a choice of the games you want to watch. You can see Team Canada against Manitoba.
I think that's smart. Feel.
Okay. What is it, like half a rock or less?
Yeah.
I think what sometimes happens in these games is, you know, Casey comes in probably as a little bit of the favorite. You know, Yukon's coming in as the underdog, and they're more relaxed. The pressure is typically on the favorite more than it is on the underdog. They just come in and nothing to lose, and it's always scary to play.
Well said. Adam Casey's team played more games on the Gold Trail circuit all fall than any team here. Whereas Team Yukon didn't play at all basically on the tour. So I think you're right. It's a different mindset.
Yeah, you've put your investment in, and you really want to get something out of it, and pressure's on.
Same weight?
Yeah.
Give me almost same ice. That's good.
You know, Kathy, when just further to that point, you can't, though, let the pressure of the moment affect your game, your calling, your strategy. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, one of the extra tools, I will say, that Yukon has in their toolbox is Bill Shearhart, who is their coach, was also the coach for Sarah Colton at the Scotties. He's a level 4, and he's based in Vancouver. And a couple of years ago, Yukon got concerned because all of the teams coming out of the north were from Northwest Territories. So they brought him up there to start an adult integrated program. So he's trying to get, you know, the youth to really build and to develop, and he's working with those teams to make them better. So maybe they're not traveling as much, but they are better prepared coming into this event than they would have been previously.
Easy. No roll.
Shot. Sweet.
As you take a look at Steve Fecto on the right end, there's Bill Shearhart. He is the development coach for Curling Canada. So the effort paying off, and you know, we also there could have been, and the spot was offered to Nunavut, but their program, it is in early development, and they are just at the junior level now.
Probably a little up in control.
My corner guard slid really good, Josh. You guys thought mine was light, didn't you?
Top 8 guys.
Yeah. No, speed should be good here.
Yeah. Good throw, buddy.
Well, Team Canada, Kathy, won that measure to go up 1-0. Manitoba now with their last, and this is Reed Carruthers.
Well, he's got a chance for 2, and Manitoba just quietly going about their business, not making flashy shots, but playing very consistently, getting around guards. An opportunity here for 2.
Well, yeah, that's why I was going hard at his hand. That's why I was going on it.
To take the lead out of the West St. Paul Curling Club.
Whoa. Who else ever go hard? Josh.
Good job, buddy. Good. Really like the throw, buddy.
Look at that curl and that finish playing around that corner.
Nearly hit the red rock.
Yeah. And then it's dead buried.
I know it'll come in there, though.
You think? Great surface here in draw 1. We always talk about the curlers getting used to the ice. The ice maker has to get used to the building and the ice and the crowd, what the air temperature is going to do. Jamie Barassa this time around, he's one of the best, and I'm not sure I've seen as good a surface game 1 as what we're looking at.
Well, I think it's interesting because Jamie gets to put in the ice a little earlier and gets the you know, qualifier events, playing the games on it, and so it really, you get the better ice surface for the very first game of the Brier.
Whoa! Still there. Whoa! I got no line.
The dreaded tap freeze. It's still underneath. It's almost 3/4 buried.
Line there.
You can get there with top speed.
Josh, right?
Curl a lot against Josh when he played in New Brunswick, and he's got that soft touch. He's one of the younger players that's not all worried about breaking the rocks in half at the far end. He's very good at this soft stuff.
Back line. Whoa.
Who's up to the third position for Adam Casey after playing the lead for James Grattan. This is going to be a struggle, though. This is a big carry for them. Get across the nose, push it back. Oh, how nice is that?
That's a beauty.
perfect weight for that shot. Like you said, he doesn't overthrow it. You get that much finish when you get past the guard.
Credit Carmody and Doherty on this brush here to sneak it by that corner.
Beauty. Good throws. That wasn't bad. I didn't know where to give you ice. Like, Robbie threw his guard so terrible. I didn't know where to put the broom.
Oh, I slid a little wide and squared it.
Not your first one.
No, honesty's good.
No, let's just play back house on it. We'll get the back one anyway, and then we'll sit there. That's fine, yeah. Let's play back house.
They're actually playing some speed at this. They're not playing the corner freeze they were. Now they've got 4.5 feet, a little more, and they're actually trying to tap it. That's a great surface. This is so weight sensitive, it's not funny. A couple feet heavy here, you're all over that red guard.
Well, might not be as predictable with Bob's release either. With the rotation, the less rotation that he throws.
That's probably hack.
That's almost hack.
Yeah, it's almost
It looks like Quebec is sitting the one, down a couple to Northern Ontario, Kathy.
Well, and Jean-Michel had a great chance on his first shot. He was trying to play a double to remove the redstone. It would have left him lying 3 buried, but he hit it a little bit too thin. Brad just capped off this outside. He's trying to come around. It looks like he looked like he was going to play the tap on the guard to tap, but they think that they can get the finish. I'm not seeing it on sheet A that you are seeing on sheet D.
Jean-Michel Menard, the 2006 champion. Boy, he just wrapped it around that guard.
Just no weight.
For the single.
Do you think it's going to hold straight?
Smallwood crashes on the guard with his first.
You can see that coming. That was a tough shot. He did a lot of ice there, and he decided to throw that extra speed in that incredibly swingy area. That's going to make it run that much straighter with that extra 3 or 4 feet. Big chance here.
Board.
Board. Whoa, weight's good, board.
Easy.
Whoa.
Easy, clean, yep.
Adam Casey.
Yep. Hard.
Whoa, yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yep,
Yep.
Hard. That's fine.
To sit 3.
We're trying to roll away a little bit, make that double tougher.
A little slow on the
inside, I think. Get the one anyway.
Yeah, get her here.
That's it.
Make your point of contact there.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your weight?
Throw peel.
Okay. 8.
Should be okay. Yeah.
8.
Now, you'd love to make that double, but even if you don't, even if you moved it a bit and hung around in here somewhere, that could be problematic for Prince Edward Island.
Throw peel. Yeah.
He's throwing pretty big weight, Peel, he said, so if it does curl up, he at least might have enough weight to spring it over into that pocket somewhere.
No, it curls a lot there, but he was just trying to throw back ring, and he threw hack.
Final stone. Bob Smallwood trying to make a couple disappear, but it's got to come up and make contact with the first one. Oh, dear. He just touched it enough. It'll be an open draw for 3 for PEI.
Hey, what? Throws that here. Yeah. Speed's right up here, eh?
Sure. Yeah, speed's
same
good.
as the draw to the button in this path? Okay.
Yep.
Like I could throw the other side, but...
No, I think the speed's right up here.
Okay, let's play fun.
How close was he, Russ, to flashing that altogether?
Probably a 1/3 of an inch, 2/3 of an inch. Didn't look good halfway down. That was barely touching the pebble. That was coming down hard. Big extra point here.
I think it's there. I think it's there too. I think you're fine. A lot of rotation. Off.
Well, that wonderful shot by Josh Berry. He come through the hole, get across the nose to push out
Come on, buddy.
the Yukon stone, and then the couple of misses by Smallwood, a crash. Leaves this to draw for 3, Prince Edward Island.
Good job, boys. Yeah,
it. 44 curlers started the week with a chance to drive away in an all-new 2015 Ford F-150, the annual Ford Hot Shots competition. That number, well, it was trimmed down to just 2. And in the final, Colin Hodgson goes rock to rock against Saskatchewan's Stellan Myers. And the lead from Manitoba, making his first Brier appearance, comes up big when he needed to. In the final round, already in front, Hodgson would ice it, scoring a maximum 5 on the double takeout. Colin Hodgson wins the Ford Hot Shots and a 2-year lease on Canada's best-selling pickup, the Ford F-150. And we want to welcome the Prime Minister to the Saddle Dome in this opening draw of the Tim Hortons Brier, along with Shannon Clybrink, a Canadian Olympian, bronze medal winner in Turin, Italy back in 2006. And how do you like that? Brier Bear. I want to say 35th anniversary for Brier Bear.
Do that's okay.
3-2 PEI. They now have the lead after they put that 3 on the board in the third, and here in the fourth it'll be the team from Whitehorse in that beautiful Whitehorse Curling Club. Skipped by Bob Smallwood that will have the last rock. They have the hammer here in 4 playing the Redstone. It is a wonderful club, Whitehorse. We were there, I believe it was for a skins game a number of years ago, and I tell you, one of the finest facilities you'll see anywhere.
Fantastic surface too, and we talk about it all the time. It's to be able to play your practice games and execute shots like we see out here. It just gives you that much more confidence when you get to the big show. Look at that freeze, just perfect.
Hands in Carmody.
It's all there right now.
Weight's good.
They were just
Line's close.
they were just expanding the airport at that time when we were there, and
All there. Room.
Newfoundland and Labrador, Saskatchewan final stone to be played by Steve Laycock out of the Nutana in Saskatoon.
Well, it's really been all Newfoundland Labrador, at one point lying 3, but a good double by Kirk Myers changed the situation. Steve did draw on his first one, tried to find a way to score 2, but Brad was able to remove it. So it is 3 that he faces.
5th Brier appearance for Laycock. Kathy, I think there's some people who think that, it's been a while, 1980, I believe, Rick Folk, last Saskatchewan winner, that this just may be a Saskatchewan year.
Well, certainly the Myers boys, very strong together.
It's good.
Don't think it's that heavy, is it?
But it is a difficult field, and now it'll have to sit for him, and it does, to even it at 1.
We got to figure something. We have to sweep those early, otherwise we're not. I just teamed it up that much, eh?
Scott O'Dine.
Come on! Hard, right up! Right up! Roll it! Roll it! Roll it! All you can, all you can.
Okay, that's good.
And just to finish the story, they were expanding the airport because Whitehorse is one of those spots where you get the best view of the Northern Lights. And they were getting a lot of direct flights, if you can believe it, from Germany, Switzerland, Austria, England, and from the Far East. Direct flights in, visitors just wanting to see the Northern Lights.
Incredible.
Whoa, wait. Roll at the end. Josh? Wait. Now. Hard, Josh.
Not enough speed here. They're going to have to keep it alive as long as they can to guard it.
Good sweep. Nice. Oh boy.
It's good answer.
Great sweep.
This game to fill out the field of 12 in this year's new format with the addition of a team candidate for the first time ever. The splitting of the territories and Yukon teams, so it meant the pre-qualifying round robin for Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Yukon. Those two teams, Nova Scotia and PEI, they're in this qualifying because of previous records at the Brier. And Nova Scotia was eliminated on their draw to the button record after all the teams finished at 1-1. The loser of this will also be eliminated. The winner will go on to the main field of 12.
Yukon had a missed attempt on that first one, but they actually got this back, so they've rolled and stuck around and opened up the forefoot a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Freeze
Still
it
not a lot
on
of room
if
for
you're
them to get in there.
That's why I think Adam's calling this one. You could come around and tap this like Josh did last end so beautifully, but then there'll be a double or a triple and get some of those yellows out of there. I don't think Team Yukon can actually get around that corner guard and sit two, so they're just going to block off the intern side.
Whoa!
6.
How much?
5.
6.
No, weight's pretty good. 5.
Whoa. 12.
4, 5.
Line's great.
4,
Whoa,
5,
whoa,
5,
bit of room.
5.
Anson, oh, it's over curling. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
it's going to get there.
Whoa,
Three.
whoa, whoa,
Just
whoa,
3
whoa,
now.
whoa.
Just 3.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay.
I think what they're doing here in the case of Prince Edward Island is they're saying, go ahead, we'll leave you this shot, because it's really not there. With that big swing to get by the corner guard, it's going to wreck their roll out in the open, which could be a real problem. Not much there either turn now.
No, I think you got to try and open up one side or the other with.
I made this mistake too, Cheryl. Sorry, and everybody seems to do it.
That's what I'm thinking, but
You're cruising along, you're up 2-0, you've stolen a point. All of a sudden, you give it that big 3, and then you want to get it all back at once.
Right away.
Okay.
Maybe knock it over into here.
Okay. Control?
Just control, yeah.
Okay.
What we got there?
Control weight. Control weight.
Well, that's where you talk about the plans going into an end. Did you talk about what is our goal this end? Was it to score? And if it is, then that dictates the calls throughout the end.
Because right now, scoring for Team Yukon isn't going to be easy.
Be patient on the line here.
Yep, firm control.
Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yep.
Close.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Good shot.
Not quite far enough on that little double angle to pick up shot stone.
Nope.
We're still 1.
Don't mind this because it actually gives you a
this
couple
freeze
ways
here.
in now. You've got the double tap
Turned out
and
really well, didn't it?
you've opened up this side as well.
It's really nicely lined up. They can't do doubles.
1. But this isn't very hard.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, even if we come around, he just has that bump.
We should talk about.
That?
Talk about this one.
We come around, and he still has that bump.
Yeah, I know. Well, you get one here.
Yeah.
That's real good. I'm just saying, you guard this for him to tap it 2 inches and get shots. Not hard.
You could take a look at something like that too. I haven't heard them mention it yet.
It's dangerous. Well, even if you end up just hitting on the nose, he's still not going to be shot. That's actually
this
not.
is pretty good.
We're shot right now.
Yeah.
I think this is
I like
the best
this.
spot we can get.
Okay. Yep. This is pretty
Right
good
here.
too. If you're any deeper, he might come right down on top of it, then
That's
have
okay.
a little run later.
If anything, this isn't awful either.
This is good.
Okay, let's make that.
Yeah, I like
I mean, you could also
No, I think I like that draw.
like that. That's a real good shot, and it opens up the 2.
Make this real good,
Josh.
Same way there.
Yeah, give it us.
Yeah, me
Nice
too.
call if you make it. It's a difficult shot, but I think Adam has a lot of confidence in Josh Berry. Made a beauty last end, that little come around tap back to set up the 3.
He did.
We're a little
less
now.
for sure.
4. Yep.
Line's good.
Hard.
Line's fine.
Hard.
Line's good. Play the weight.
Weight's good. Gotta go weight.
Kurt.
Hard.
Line's great. Line's real good.
Gotta go weight.
It's a
great.
huge
Hard.
carry, though, Doherty and Carmody.
Yep. Hard.
Boy, this is, look at them put this stone on their back. My, oh!
Shot.
To sit 2. And Quebec sitting 1, 2, 3. Northern Ontario, Jacobs last.
And it really has been an end of tick shots. Both Harndens rubbing on guards and letting Quebec lie a couple of stones. Ryan made a great run back double, but still it is 3 belonging to Team Quebec. Needs a piece of the button.
Running a bit. Sweep
Yeah,
for T,
it's got a
running
curl.
a bit.
Line's good. It's got a curl. Split the T. Just split
T-line,
the T.
easy.
It's not curling. Just split
Curling
the tee.
now. Curling now.
Just split the tee. Great judge, boys.
Wow. Very nice.
Oh, boy.
EJ Ryan Harnden.
Good.
Ryan Fry calling line.
Yeah.
What a wonderful draw that was. Josh Berry.
All the way, guys.
Wayne Scoffin.
It looked like it touched the guard, Vic. The one of Josh's.
I think it did. I think it came off the back of it.
Bump it up. Touch it. Won't get there.
That's all right.
A little more juice, eh?
Yeah.
So you're up here, and they're down there.
Oh.
You could ever guard.
Hey, look, my team, Susan, Carolyn, some husbands there. Yeah, they're having a great time. It's good to see them.
The red, to be honest. Let him come through the hole.
Doesn't look like they're missing you at all.
No, no. They seem to be happy in that booth with their wine and watching some great curling.
Just right here.
Okay. I owed her in.
In, I think.
In's probably best. Take lots of ice, even if you undercurl. It's
that's
not
good.
You throw this really well, you might take away the hole.
It should be plenty.
Run.
It's more than I'm giving Doc.
Yeah, that's good ice.
Yeah. Try to split the difference, like the run and the tap through the hole.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, he get, like through the hole, he can't throw much weight. Like I'd almost rather guard the red.
Okay.
Like
run?
it's like yeah, because like right now it's pretty
What's
much.
he
like
trying to guard here, Russ?
Yeah. And the
Well,
nose
there's
isn't
that
good enough to get across.
Red one about 3 feet short of the rings. That one on the right-hand side. If they run that into the one
yeah, inside center of the guard.
Wade Scoffin just threw, the red combo goes into that yellow and sits shot rock. So they're trying to take that red guard away, but there's also a through the port with an in-turn that might work for Team Yukon. So he's trying to do both. He's guard the slash raise, but also guard the port. So just get to the inside of that red guard that's outside there.
Oh, let it work. High two. High two. Just clean. Clean. Yep.
Hard. Hard.
Yep.
Go. Hard. Go. Hard. You guys. Hard. 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 Hard.
Keep going. Hard. Hard.
Perfect. That's pretty good. Almost good.
You might still have enough of that red on the left hand.
Another inch and a half of curl.
Yeah, you're right, Michelle. Took the port away, but there might be enough of that one to get in there. And what they're trying to do is hit it this way, like that, and that automatically directs in here, and they will sit one shot buried.
Get this one out to there.
Okay, if you want to move that one further, maybe you want to go to board. It'll hold the line better then too.
Yeah, let's throw board.
Okay.
Because if something doesn't happen, we get some rocks moving, right?
Just off nose right to there, eh?
Yeah. I don't know.
Where you want your ice?
This is an all or nothing. You don't make this. I don't know how, they'll guard. You'll never get in there.
It might be why they're saying board, because they can maybe keep the thrown rock in play, that they can run it in again.
To use.
Yeah. If Adam lets them.
Trapped on myself. Just throw board. That one I threw in the last end was probably board A. Yeah, it was a 60, yep. Yeah, try and angle that back in on top of those two on the outside of the four. Spin it into the button for the one.
You can't see a lot of that. Dead on almost makes it, and you can't see all of it. That's why they've softened the weight.
Yeah, firm board.
Yeah.
Bob Smallwood in his first.
Hard. Hard. Going out there.
Ireland, the Nodine. And here comes that guard, and it's coming quick. They had to hold it to stop it from crashing, and it's still overcurled.
Well, he has.
That soft rotation's fooling them just a little bit.
I think they just got to take a lot more ice with his stones. That's the way you throw it. That's fine.
What do we want to try?
Need ice for that type of rotation.
Like that tap's tough. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, right there's good. I want it higher, like just out here is fine. Let him play the red, yellow, red. I don't think he's got anything else.
So we were here. We're gonna have to be about
Edge
here.
of four. Edge of four is good.
Okay.
Why so many teams learn to throw that rotation is
wanna
that
guard? You
lack
wanna
of
guard the
rotation
yellow
is so
red, like
unpredictable. You really don't know what the rock will do. Sometimes it'll curl a lot, sometimes it won't as much. And with the rotation, that's when you get a pretty consistent curl down the sheet.
I think I like that double run guarding that.
Probably
I
get-
don't know.
probably
That
get
chisel's
both
pretty
cases.
tough.
And make the double to count to high one count.
Make the double, spin all yellows, and sit 4.
That's not fair, is it?
No, it's dead buried. Not with any weight.
What are we guarding here, though?
Okay, give me more. Same ice.
Same.
You ever guard the
Guard the
outside of that yellow? You won't take away both.
No.
Right? No?
It's because that guard's so high.
Okay.
Good throw, buddy.
Same weight or hair less.
Good. Good to say.
Good.
Same weight, maybe a hair more.
Whole room.
Maybe a hair more
Room.
weight. Go
Two.
around
Mine's
it.
okay if it's
Go
light.
around.
Two.
Yeah,
It's
a little more
whoa,
weight.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa. A little deeper. 2 feet deeper. Sinking.
Sit.
No.
Whoa, whoa!
Pretty good.
Shot, Casey.
Doesn't do anything, but
That's good, eh?
Work with. If we can get to the nose here, that's moving in, and it's got a catcher, right?
Could you hit enough of
It's
this
not
one,
wrong.
Cheryl, at a million miles an hour?
So
Hit
we
it this
can do
way.
that straight back.
That goes. That goes. There'll be an awful lot of red in there. Not sure you can hit enough of
But
it.
it's only for one.
I think this rock might be in the way.
You're going to try and make a super
Yeah, it's
super
really
hard.
close. Is he looking at the left-hand side, yellow, red? The shot he tried before, but
Right.
playing yellow into red.
I don't. That
We gotta
rock.
get-
That
we gotta
rock's
get-
not coming through here, is it?
No, that'll stay up here. We might get one, but that's going to be staying into here.
Well, if that jams into there and we get one that way.
Well, then we're only counting this one, right? Yellow's into here. That'll count that.
Do you think that would the angle be enough? It wouldn't redirect and roll over here?
No. Because we'd have to have it the angle here. We'd have to hit it like here.
Gotta wait. Do I want to throw this one?
These are normal.
Okay.
You want 9? Get a nose right onto it.
Well, it's more complicated. It's a double
Well, we can't
raise
be on
onto
the
a
nose.
double raise,
Just
but
play
if
it
he ever
off,
gets
yeah.
it this far, that's automatic. That will go in there for
can't-
sure.
yeah, it's gotta be-
just getting that perfect
Look at
angle
it.
on the first
What do you
two.
think,
Almost dead on.
Picture on the back
It's just
one.
too lined up there. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's just get our one and move on.
The real problem here is a steal of 2 if this doesn't come off, not just one.
Just normal. But I think the brew.
Adam
Really
Casey's
good
there.
fish
I'm
off,
sure
right?
you've been in that situation too, both of you, where you just go, your shot, go right ahead.
Best of luck.
I've done mine. I'm sitting 2, and now it's your turn. Final stone for Bob Smallwood, and in big trouble here in 4.
No. No.
Close.
No.
Whoa.
No.
So you got something. Back, touch it up. Oh! And he might have cut him down. He just may have cut him down to
steal a one,
steal
one
a
yellow.
1.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow. You'll take that. If you're Smallwood. Tap it back. Move it up. Smallwood gives up 1, and that's big. Ryan Phillip, Juliette Lewis, they star in the series premiere of Secrets and Lies tomorrow at 9 on CTV. Look down from Scotch Hill towards the Saddle Dome. Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, and Labrador as they play in 5, and Newfoundland and Labrador sitting 1. You see their center line top of the 4-foot. Brad Gushu and his team out of the Ballyhaley Country Club. For him, a 12th Brier, and as you mentioned, it's the only thing he hasn't checked off on the resume is a Brier win. And with the return of Mark Nichols, some think that this just may be the year.
Oh, that's a special player you've added. Of course, they're They did so well in 06 together and in juniors, so it's very familiar territory for Brad and Mark. But Mark's just a wonderful shot maker, wonderful guy, and this front end gets better every time we see them.
Along with Brett Gallant and Jeff Walker. And there's the draw for 2. They'll go to the break, 3-1 lead. It's the opening day, opening draw. This is the qualification game to get into the field of 12. Prince Edward Island and Yukon. Steal of 1 has PEI, and the team from the Silver Fox of Charlottetown. Curling clubs up by 2, and I should say the Silver Fox Curling and
the
Yacht Club. Beautiful, beautiful facility. So my apologies if I do drop the yacht every once in a while.
It's hard to put those together, curling and yacht.
Club, yes.
Vic's yacht isn't tied up with that particular.
No, it isn't.
Hard! Guard!
Guard! 2 at the best, guys.
Whoa. It's a 2.
Well, Bob got away with only giving up a steal of 1 that end, so
yeah, very fortunate.
maybe watch to see him keep it open a little bit more. Make sure he has an easier shot than that.
Okay. Ward. Okay.
I thought I was a little worried when I saw that promotion there for Secrets and Lies. I thought that might be about our traveling band of married men and married women. I thought, oh my God.
Just board. Nice board.
They've been recording everything.
Whoa, never.
This is on the line. We talk about it all the time. It just seems to hang there with speed.
Okay, Anson.
Interesting situation here for the Yukon team. There's 2 corner guards on the same side, double corners we call it. Obviously you loop around this one. Casey peels
90.
one of them, it's still buried.
85, 90.
Wait.
Just throw back 8.
Back 8?
Yeah.
I think that call might be based on him trying to leave that 4-foot open a little bit and maybe roll to a corner and tap this yellow one back 8-foot.
This Yukon team went 5-0 in a 6-team round robin. Just a reminder, on TSN 3 and 5, you can watch Team Canada and Manitoba. They're at the break right now, and Manitoba leads there 3-1. First time ever, you get a chance to make a choice.
Well, I can't judge the curl if I think it's a different weight.
Just get shot.
Northern Ontario
T-line's
leading
actually
3-1 over
decent.
Quebec and sitting 1-2 final stone to be played now by Jean-Michel Menard.
And even though the edge is for Northern Ontario, it has been the Quebec team that has really put a lot of pressure on Northern Ontario. This is the first time that Jean-Michel faces a couple on his final stone. Needs 8-foot.
Oh, and you know exactly who you're watching. Because Martin Crête, you bet, is in the house, the third. I mean, he'll scare the rocks in. And there it is, enough for the single. And a 3-2 lead going to the break.
I think it's better short.
Leave it up here. Leave it here.
I think it's better short.
Leave it here.
We're just short.
Just there.
We're in.
Yep, hard, dog,
Hard. Go.
Okay, Anson.
It's a little positive with that, eh?
Yeah.
Better than leaving.
Yeah, maybe got out a little further, too.
Yeah.
And they are just about to start the 6th.
Like top 14.
And Manitoba, Reed Carruthers with a lead over John Morris. First time ever, Team Canada.
Played the tight come around there, which is fine. It's a usable rock, but now they've left a double here, and it's a pretty simple double. It might even be underneath cover if you make it perfect.
Yep. 3. Come on, roll it.
Look at that back up. It backs up under cover, second shot.
I think we have to guard it. Oh, we got to do something with it.
Which one do you like, the guard?
I'd rather the top than the guard, to be honest.
You can run that, too.
I don't mind that.
You're going to roll right here.
The guard works.
Yeah, kind of like that.
But you're up 2 points here. This is the rock you have to worry about. And you can get at that by doing two different things. You can run the two reds. You can slash that yellow in. I think that makes more sense the way that scoreboard sits.
Orders.
You just have to barely cross it.
Okay.
They're going red, red, I think, Cheryl.
They are, yep.
Hard!
Oh, whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh, boy.
Girl. Okay.
That opens up the middle.
Not the way Josh wanted to hit it. I'll have to see how they, whether that grabbed something or it was self-inflicted.
Yeah. Throw control. All right, you want to come in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. No time to get crazy yet. Control. Yeah.
Be some merit in playing that come around, really. You're two down. If hitting this one, there's a half-decent chance you'll either roll out or set up a double.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, just based on the scoreboard, the draw would.
3!
Okay.
It's easy up here, but now the double's gone, and yes, you have a corner guard, but it's so long, it's
Which one
probably
do I hit
won't
first?
get you your two.
I like this one first.
Either way.
Make sure you kick it. Half. What turn?
Either out or in. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's only.
Short hard.
Didn't say the straight turn, which. But what does it mean? I mean, if he's willing to play either, why is the question asked?
Yep. Yes.
Well, I think Adam was just wondering if he had a preference, and Josh really didn't.
Okay. It's not bad.
That's fine, Josh.
But some curlers will, Vic. Sometimes you've seen that spot, or sometimes you're, in the case of Josh, he just hooked an out turn, so maybe he's a little happier with the in turn.
Did that grab?
That might have. It looked like he put it back and then halfway down and just started curling.
I was super positive with it.
Yeah.
So still talking about his first.
Line's good.
Yeah.
Line's good.
If I'm
Team Yukon here, I'm trying to over curl this.
Guys.
Maybe even partially behind that short yellow corner guard.
Oh, where are you guys going? Line's
hard
good.
now.
Yep.
Yep.
Come on. Hard. Hard.
Hard. Okay, whoa. Nice.
Wade's had
Got half, Casey.
great weight this game. That's why I was surprised he actually went to the hit on his first one.
Yes.
'Cause he's been drawing. He's made some great freezes.
That's perfectly buried, but I think Adam can still get it because of the length of that guard. Maybe even over buried. Beautiful shot.
Right the nose? I'd actually rather roll a little your way. Okay. Nose is good. Yep. Back weight. Stay hot, fraction less. Back weight.
Yes.
Yep. Hard, you got it.
Skip Stones here in 5.
Hard. Whoa.
Gotta go hard.
Adam Casey.
Whoa. Switch.
Whoa.
Off.
You're not going anywhere.
Wow.
Okay.
It's perfect weight on it, half weight. They jumped it a little bit early, and it might have just held on the line.
Doesn't look like there's as much curl with that turn as the curl to the turn to the boards.
No.
Nice throw.
Now, realistic shot at a 3. Anything in front of the tee line in that same spot, buried.
Around there. You guys want for weight?
We just threw an 85.
Okay.
We didn't have to go until the very end, so.
So his was an 85. You can get away with like a 90 or a 4, eh?
Yep.
Get it in.
90, the most.
It's
Been a while since he's been here, back in 94 and 95. And he said as much when he
It's all there. It's all there.
won the provincial, won the Yukon championship. Said, boy, all those butterflies are going to come back.
Okay, we're by.
We're by.
Bob Smallwood.
It's all there. It's all there.
Right here.
Bump it.
Oh, stop it in front of the tee.
Not out, though.
You gotta take it deep if you're gonna go deep,
Not
Wayne.
out, though.
Go, 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 go!
That's a good shot.
And it'll go back deep. So both stones sitting 2, but behind the tee line.
They yelled out good shot, Skipper, but
I think it's right up.
it's only good if this is
Really
missed.
well there.
If Adam gets the right speed
Yeah,
here,
I think that's good.
he can take away both those rocks.
All right, Casey, good throw, buddy. Tee line top 4. Yeah.
Yeah, speed's real good.
Yeah.
This one, dead frozen?
Preferably. I mean, it's going to be tough to get dead frozen. Like, there's almost a hole for him, but let him try to come through it, I think. Top 4 is nice. Speed's the same here?
Yeah, speed's good
definitely.
I think it's there.
Okay. Don't want to touch it.
Whoa!
Line's
Adam
great.
Casey, who
there.
won that
Overweight.
Canadian Junior
All there.
championship back in 2009, playing with Brett Gallant.
No, never.
Anson Carmody is on his team now. Gallant, of course, is playing in Newfoundland and Labrador with Brad Gushu.
Hard, Josh. Hard, Josh. Hard.
And a little late finish. T-line, edge of the 4.
Dead straight.
Where'd the brushers go?
Can't believe
Lost
that.
them there.
Yeah, it's coming in so straight on this turn.
Yeah.
We're not seeing the same as the other side of the sheet,
believe how
which is
little
part
that
of the
broke.
early week where you're
they must
trying
be
to figure out
straightening
the
up
shape of the ice and always a bit of a guess.
It is partly buried, but you'd think Bob, with that slow rotation, would have a chance to get around, tap this for 3, but he sure can't miss it high side.
It will curl. Trust it, man.
And the guard's really, really long, so you can get a fair bit of curl.
Did you hear that? Somebody said, it's going to curl. Trust it.
Not much more than what I just threw then.
Nope. Smart.
It's going to curl.
Bob throws it so much different than Adam.
Can he get across the face here and tap it back, do you think?
Yeah, he can. No question.
Great opportunity now then.
Hard!
But look at him go to work. Ireland, O'Dine. Going to work. Going to work. No. Couldn't save it. And it'll be a steal of 1. PEI.
Can't believe that curl.
Couldn't believe that curl. You got to trust it.
The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for more than 20 years.
Well, that 3 by Prince Edward Island got them right back into the game after giving up a steal in the second. They lead at 5-2. Prince Edward Island skipped by Adam Casey, and he's with Kathy.
Adam, you came out early and it looked like you were going right after Yukon. Was that part of your plan?
Yeah, you know, I think we wanted to try to take control of the game early. The first game we played against them, we let it slip away from us. So I think for us, again, same thing with Nova Scotia. We really tried to take control of the game, and I think once we're a pretty good front-running team, so I just wanted to build up a lead that I was satisfied with and then go from there.
Talk to us about the ice. You seem a little bit surprised in that last end with how those stones ran.
Yeah, you know, it seems like just inside the 4-foot there, it seemed like I was surprised. Early, a couple really curled with the in-turn, and then those out-turn I threw there, I was flabbergasted at how straight they ran. We really got lucky to get away with that. They should have had 3 there.
Is this part of it that's early on is just learning the ice?
Yeah, definitely. But I think just really surprised. Like it's still curling good to the other wing. So it's just the first rocks we threw there. So I guess that's part of it. But I don't think it'll be like that all week. I think that's just one spot here today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. Appreciate it.
As we check the numbers after 5, 63% overall for team percentages. Both skips are struggling somewhat. Bob Smallwood is at 53. You saw that Adam Casey at 73. But it's been a struggle for the team from Yukon. 63, 65, 70 respectively lead through third. The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. We're midway through this qualification game here in Calgary.
The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. And by M&M Meat Shops, frozen food at its best.
It's an honor to put the BC colors on. You know, it's what curlers strive for. You know, it's what we compete for every single year. And anytime you get back to the Brier, it's an exciting moment. So we're super pumped to be back.
It's great. I mean, never gets old for sure. It's a great event, and especially this year, it's a hometown Brier for myself and our team. So hopefully we can use it to our advantage, and it'll be important to get off to a good start and hopefully ride that support. Can't wait for it to get going.
You really do need the program to figure out who is playing where this year. And just make a note, that will be our featured game tonight. On TSN's 1 and 4, you'll see BC Jim Cotter against Cooey in Alberta, while on 3 and 5, you'll see Manitoba against Saskatchewan. Again, it's the first ever multi-sheet coverage of the Tim Hortons Brier. And we have lots of caps on all the action this week, so you don't miss a thing as we welcome you back on this Saturday afternoon, day 1. And this is the qualification game.
Hurt, Josh, hurt.
Yukon against Prince Edward Island. The winner will move on to the main draw of 12. It is a 5-2. Prince Edward Island leading Yukon. And here in 6, it will be the team from Whitehorse that does have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstones.
Yeah, just that little softer handle. I think Adam Casey's positive rotation has fooled Bob a little bit, and one more lick of the broom, he scores 3 as opposed to a steal of 1. What a big turnaround that is.
Does it need it? No, we're good. No, we're good.
But again, he's
let it curl. Let it curl.
Cheryl, he's being surprised. And more often than not, we've heard his team say, "You got to believe Bob."
Yeah, he is. And it is. They do play on ice that has some swing to it. So it just still is such a different thing to be out here and trying to anticipate when that curl is going to happen and realize it. And I think it's a lot with Bob's release that's really causing the questions and issue.
Both of Adams undercurled by a lot. He flashed the first one, and they were sweeping it halfway down. And the second one, he didn't even come close to burying it. So I think Bob just had in his head it was not going to curl there, but it does.
Josh. Sweep. Nice shot, buddy.
It's good.
That hurt.
Thought it was a hair tight, so I figured.
Those of you watching on 3 and 5, this is their game. Manitoba against Team Canada in 6, and a chance to get right back into it. First time ever. Team Canada, of course, skipped by John Morris.
And it really is one of those games where you can tell that Manitoba's come off a provincial win, and the Team Canada team has just been waiting and waiting and waiting for this event, starting to gain a little bit momentum. It has been Manitoba till now, but this is a draw for 2.
Well, they have been training. Earl Morris, who's coaching this team, has been working with Pat Morris the last couple of, last week when we were at the Scotties, going into Regina every day and working with him there. And with 2 there, they're even at 3 as they go to the 7th.
Top 4 is fine.
Yeah.
Couple feet max, Anson.
Yeah.
You can just see it. We're watching all 4 sheets, obviously, from up in this beautiful perch. Somebody that's used to winning a ton of games isn't going to. It's just a mathematical fact.
Line's good.
Just so many good teams.
Yeah.
Take a look. Line's good. Looks like it's
pretty
up.
good.
Looks up. It's all you.
You look all here.
It's all you.
Still look all here.
It's all there. It's all there.
Ooh, ooh. Yep. Heart.
Hi, boy. That's good.
Okay.
1, 2. Is anything hiding back there? 3. Anything else? No?
Nope.
That's what's facing Steve Laycock with his last.
Well, and he made a good one on his first one, but Brad Goucher was able to pick it out, and so it is those 3 that you saw that he does face. Full 8 foot will do.
Can't hurt it, guys. Can't hurt it.
I mentioned the Myers brothers. There's Kirk and Dallin, and Colton Flash throws the second stones of the Lieutenant Curling Club in Saskatoon.
Good job. Go, Judge.
Very nice.
1 red. 1 red.
Make sure of a force next end. Yep. Let's go, boys.
Good end, eh?
Just peel this out.
Okay.
You heard Adam in the break with Kathy that they're good front runners, and here's an example. No guards to worry about out in front. Simple removal of the red. Try to roll away.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. This is the most uncomplicated end we've seen so far.
And it is very difficult to get those. You've got no guards, and you're trying now to make perfect freezes without any angle, with a team that plays that hit game very well.
Yeah, you can almost go out on a limb and say wherever this stops, PEI can get it out of there. Now, obviously, the perfect freeze, maybe they can't, but that is so difficult. Wade's weight's been dead on, but the odds are it'll over curl by an inch or so, or under curl by an inch.
Where is it? Just line. T-line. All right. Oh, let it curl, let it curl, let it curl. Just line. Line's good. Line, no line. Line's all there.
This is the side that had less curl going the other direction. See what happens here.
Just bumping. It's not bumping.
Okay,
It's freezing perfectly. Well done there. Well done there. Hey, shot Wade.
He's had a, his numbers don't reflect it, but he's had some wonderful shots. Wade Scoffin, Northern Ontario, Quebec, and looks like it's mostly yellow in there. Final stone for Brad Jacobs, Northern Ontario, out of the Sioux.
Well, it is actually the force. It is mostly yellow. Brad tried to bury on his first one. It went a little bit deep, and it is a yellow stone belonging to Quebec that he has to contend with on the outside as well as at the front. So this is a draw. Full 8 will do it.
There it goes.
Okay. The Harnden brothers.
Sweet, boys. Shot, T.
Brian Fry.
1 red.
Up by 2.
Same thing, buddy.
Possible to make a freeze. Wade did it. He had it. It was angled a little bit on the inside, which forces Prince Edward Island to bounce it farther across the sheet. Didn't throw it hard enough. Hit it a little thick.
Curl a bit. Let it curl.
Chance for 2.
Just top 12.
How deep you want it?
Top 12.
Top 12 already. Top 12 already.
Just top 12. Just top 12
already. Top 12. T-line.
Deeper, guys.
Deep it.
The problem for Yukon will be that it's going to be hard to get a lot of separation because of where their red bounced to in the center.
Third.
No, it's a half or thicker.
The double's on.
Thin half. All right,
Take half.
Okay.
I always, Adam ran away there, and Josh is lining it up. I want to be in the same page here, because Adam's going to be screaming on sweeping, Josh is going to be sweeping, and you got to make sure you're both on the same page here. Where do you exactly want to hit this rock?
They can brush it too.
Well, Josh said third, and Adam, as he's sliding away, said half.
Yes, exactly. That's my point. And you get caught in between, you might miss it. I would say it's closer to a thick third.
Right the beat. Roll it if you can, Anson. Oh, any roll, any.
I don't think it's going anywhere. Okay.
Try
Tease.
Set.
Field junior.
Okay, what sort of weight do you want?
Oh, you hit it dead on. It's not even close to half a rock, and it'd be a dangerous double for Adam Casey.
Yeah, really thin.
Nose?
Throw light control. Yeah, nose.
Yeah.
Leading by 3. Adam Casey. PEI in danger right now of giving up a possible pair to the team from Whitehorse.
Just board, eh, Bob? Control!
Bob Smallwood.
Control. Yep. Clean. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Clean. Clean. Oh.
What's up, Bob?
What's up, Bob?
Got a nice note from Mike Carson, who is, to many people in Quebec, Mr. Curling in Quebec, to say that the Canadian Masters is going to be played in Whitehorse March 30th through the 5th of April.
It is, but...
And his last line was, "We play all over this great country," and it's very true. So thanks to Mike, and good luck to all the Masters.
Whichever one you like.
I was thinking hit and roll, but it's a quarter rock. Let's give it a try.
That's the neat thing about our sport, isn't not only is it all across the big country, but it's all the different events. You know, the Bantams, the Canada Winter Games, the Junior, all the way up to the Masters, which is much older than me.
I think I like the double. Just firm, I don't need to throw it near as hard.
What is that? Pretty loud there, Cheryl.
I did. I was trying to hold it in, slipped out. Sorry.
Whoa.
Is he going to take this on, the double, or are you trying to hit and roll on top?
I didn't see.
I think just roll on top. I think with that turn.
Swell. Swell. Whoa. Yep. Off. Come on.
One. And then slides it across. It'll be an open draw for two. Well, the World Juniors are underway, and it's a winning start for both the Canadian men and women. Kelsey Rock out of the Saville Community Sports Centre in Edmonton wins over Czech Republic. And the Canadian men, Braden Calvert from the Deer Lodge in Winnipeg, beats Norway 8-3. And that Braden Calvert team, very talented, as we saw in Newfoundland when we were there. Goes right from there to Manitoba, finishes 4th in the Manitoba Playdowns, and then jets off to Tallinn in Estonia, now representing Canada at the World Junior.
He's building on some great experience. Sorry, Russ.
No, exactly. Something like 25, 27 games or something in those two events right in a row. All they did was fly in between.
Clean, guys. Keep it clean.
Unbelievable.
Keep it clean.
Team's going to be around for a while.
Right to tee. Shot, Bob. 2.
Bob Smallwood will pick up 2 here in 6. Still Prince Edward Island by 1. It's hard to imagine as we look at Calgary now that nearly 2 years ago, June of 13, that the city, the downtown core, and the Saddle Dome were all underwater. The great flood of 2013. This is the footage of the Saddle Dome filling up right up to the 10th row. So much of the Flames dressing room, their broadcast equipment was all destroyed. One of the largest disasters in Canadian history, some $5 billion in damage. And 10 days later, the city managed to clean up sufficiently to host the Calgary Stampede. It was a wonderful recovery, and you really don't see any remnants of it at all around the city. No water lines, nothing. They've done an outstanding job. What a recovery, the city of Calgary, and that great flood of 2013. As we welcome you back, 2 for Yukon in the 6th. We go to the 7th now. Prince Edward Island leading by 1. And once again, they have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones here in 7.
Well, I was here when that all happened, and I'm so always proud to be from Calgary, but I don't know that I've ever been that proud of this city because, you know, even downtown, all communications were down, all the buildings were out of power, communications were down, and within hours the city had mobilized volunteers, and they were already starting cleaning, and like Vic said, ready in 10 days for a Calgary Stampede.
Pretty close. Might have to go a little. Hey, weight's good. 3-4 right now. Weight's good.
Top 8, yeah.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Top 8.
I don't mean to be cute about it
We're there for weight.
or flippant at all, but you know, you expect to see little water lines on some building. There's nothing, nothing anywhere. And here in this building, everything has been painted again, and it's just, there are pictures. Certainly, your Calgary Curling Club, for example, was underwater. And there's pictures on the wall there, but there's no sign of it.
No, and it's interesting, even they went to, you'll go to the Calgary Zoo because it was underwater. They had to move all the animals, and they've left marks up to show where the water was so that people can see that.
So Team Canada, a little momentum shift here after that deuce by Canada in 6 here. Final stone for Manitoba, Reed Carruthers.
Well, and Reed made a brilliant shot on his first one, facing 4 in the 4-foot. He essentially made a triple, although he moved one just sideways. John Morris went around right away. Lots of pressure from Team Canada. Needs the lid.
Whoa, right on the tee. Boy, this is all about just grabbing what you can see. Reed Carruthers. Oh, okay, boys, we want to look too. Come on, fellas, let us in. Let us in. Oh, you know what? They're going to have to measure that one too.
Reed got unlucky. It just curls another 1/8 of an inch, touches the red. He's shot by a mile.
Well, just a reminder, you can see that on TSN 3 and 5. And the measuring stick is coming out.
I wouldn't say for sure. I wouldn't bet much more than a beer.
Good throw, Anson. Yep. Let's go, buddy.
Trying to simplify PEI. They now have control, one up with.
Whoa, clean, whoa, yep. Yes. Whoa, yep. Great
Run
shot.
it back. Oh, very nice.
Beauty.
Sweep. Great shot, Anson.
Shot stone remains. Yukon. Center line back 4.
Just hit and stick here. Just throw control. Control.
Control.
Right off.
Control.
Right off.
I like this call. There's no need to really risk a lot this end. You get a force, and it's pretty good. Start throwing guards now and leaving a bunch of Prince Edward Island rocks around, and you could give up a big end.
Whoa. Okay, good shot, Scott.
Straight in the nose, eh?
Okay.
You can roll it back here, but I think nose is pretty good.
Nice situation here for PEI. They know that both reds are accessible. They've got a corner guard. They do have one in the paint already.
Firm board, in turn.
All about hanging around on these. Don't get too fancy.
Okay, let's go firm board here. Okay. Nose or this
I love
is
the
fine.
call. That's a veteran call. Adam's done a wonderful job becoming a skip here for the first year, just throwing the right speed here.
Yeah.
Had one Northern Ontario stone, Kathy, way over on the side, glued there, and it's in behind cover, so it's appears to be a draw for 1 for Quebec.
It is indeed the force. Jean-Michel Menard played a freeze on his first one, but Brad Jacobs able to remove anything and everything from play, and on his final stone did go around, and as you say, they looked at the options, Vic. It's just too high risk to try to get that red stone out, and so they will attempt to draw for their single.
That's good.
Jean-Michel Menard, Martin Crête is in the house. Eric Sylvain, Philippe Menard rounding out this team.
Yep.
And there's the draw for the single.
Hurry! Hard! Come on!
Wade Scoffin.
Okay.
Misses taking out that stone of the back.
Which sets up that same option for Prince Edward Island here. Straight back for double, sit 2. Looks like you can hold them on this side a little bit. There's not a massive amount of curl compared to that intern.
Yeah, the intern's just about uncontrollable. It goes so hard. You have to be on it early.
Yes! Hard!
It's close.
Whoa! Yep! Whoa!
One, touch it. Oh, and splits it around.
Great shot.
Josh Berry.
Saw that wonderful soft shot come around on the swing side to set up the 3 for Josh. Had a good freeze one end also. Now the double. He's got it all tonight.
Scoffin.
Hard!
Run this back.
Yeah, exactly. Same double.
Come on!
Trying to hold the line now, and then they'll just run it by.
I think that was just the difference of being on the one side of the line and then being on the line. It just you can't hold them when they're on the line.
Should curl pretty good this way, I think.
Yeah, can I just get, it's...
Speed's good.
Well, that's a second measure that has been won by Team Canada. They pick up a steal of 1 in 7. They won the measure in the second, you may remember. And it's 4-3 now. Team Canada leading Manitoba.
No. We're like 8. We're 7. 9. No. No, we're like 8. Top pass.
No.
Just
6.
Can't be heavy.
Now. 6. Yep.
Here's where it'll go.
Okay,
well, just give us 5.
On its own. Good shot.
Sit down.
Good spot.
That's incredible curl.
Actually peeks out the other side.
Are we sitting shot?
There.
Just hit it, I guess.
Yeah.
Stick. Let's throw control.
I knew I was 2 feet
Be extremely dangerous, but you could try to freeze to that. Hope that Adam has to pound everything out of there. Then you could come around the wide side, get that yellow one, and sit 2. Try to force PEI to a single, but
just control.
Okay. They're just going to hit it, and there's still a nice chance for 2 points for PEI.
Stick right there. Maybe the next shot will give us a chance to roll.
Yeah.
You just control, Bob. Nice set rotation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear the reminder there about the rotation?
I did.
Whoa.
That's good.
Shot, Bob.
That's good to let Bob know that too, because it makes his calling, even of the line, makes a difference if he knows he has good rotation on the stone.
All right. Let's see what we can get out of this. Hit rolls out. Might be able to.
You can hit it.
I think so.
Oh yeah, you've got 3/4.
That come around by Josh Barry just hung on to sit second
Whoa.
shot, which is all the difference here.
Just clean.
Whoa.
Off,
Really hanging.
Off.
Hey, come on.
Curl a ton.
It's really straight.
Yeah, I think it's just a little late out.
It's like Bob Smallwood called it. Didn't he said?
He said maybe they'll roll out.
Yeah,
Yes,
they'll roll out here.
Yeah.
You can see all of it on the outside.
Adams missed 3 shots. The last 3 times he's gone down in this direction. 5th end and now 7th wide. And he looks like he's popped them back a little bit.
Throwing the same weight?
It's the old story. You can't be wide in a straight spot, and you can't be narrow in a swingy spot. And it's a combination of not quite believing how straight it is, and then that little outward pop.
Yeah.
How difficult is this shot, Cheryl, going out this wide for Bob Smallwood?
Well, I think it's just, do they know where to put the broom for it? The shot itself, they can see 3/4 of the stone. Just will they get the curl off the boards? And what kind of weight? And again, with Bob's rotations, does he have enough rotation when he lets it go?
The rate's about the same, a little bit up.
Yep.
A bit more. Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Odine.
Clean.
Ireland.
Whoa.
Scoffin calling line. Unable to hold it, so the blank chance now for Prince Edward Island.
Let off the hook here. You can tell by the brushing they thought they had a beauty, and then it just tracked a little bit. And if that in-turn to the wall, as we look at it now, in-turn to the boards curls so hard, then there's a really good chance that out-turn that Bob just threw isn't going to curl, and they overbrushed it.
Well, and I think in fairness to them, they've lost a lot of stuff on the overcurl not being on the rock soon enough, so maybe just wanted to try to get on there and hold it a bit. Just didn't come back.
Yep.
Whoa.
Clean.
Yep. Clean.
Shot.
And away it goes. And so for the first time in the game, we have a blank. It comes here in 7. Prince Edward Island continues to lead it by 1. Well, there's already been a number of trades. We'll see what's left to decide. Trade Center 2015 brought to you by Tim Hortons. All day, starting Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific on TSN and TSN Go. Every trade, every deal, everywhere you are. It's all brought to you by Tim Hortons. The Flames currently are 9th in the West. They're battling for that final wild card playoff spot. They're on a 7-game road trip. Your Flames are getting closer.
I'm hoping they have a good road trip while they're away.
I think their next one is in Philadelphia. They lost last night to the Islanders 2-1. So I think they're 1-2 so far. Their next home game won't be until March the 11th. As the Tim Hortons Brier takes over the Saddle Dome.
Here goes, guys. Where's the weight?
The blank in 7 means that once again Prince Edward Island will have the last rock playing the Yellowstones here in 8.
Nice weight, Clint.
Get the inside, eh?
Yeah. They're pretty.
Just
freeze.
Not separated that much, so.
Yeah, I got edge on edge. I have air, like a little bit of air. If you want to play, tap it.
I think we just.
I still like just the freeze, right in the nose. Okay.
Same weight. Yeah, same throw.
Okay, one shot versus the other. Freezing on the nose, or as Doherty says, I had enough room to maybe get across the nose, Russ, and tap it through.
Yeah, I think the perfect shot looking at the scoreboard would be to tap it through, but it's dangerous. This is the straighter side, and you could up that weight, jam it onto your own, then you're in a bit of trouble. So it's easier to get to the inside with this speed.
It's bumping. Off.
Yeah.
Constant, same pattern, isn't it, Cheryl? The under curling as you're trying to curl away from the wall towards center. Over curling when you curl towards the wall.
And those last 2 shots, the weight's been good on them. They're just not getting the finish they expect. It's when the skipping and the ice reading becomes such an art, and who catches on to the spots and puts the broom down.
I love it, really. I love it with not tricks, but just being a little different, not being dead perfect. And you're right. It's the best skip's going to win.
Shot.
Well, then I think the other thing that it brings into play is the consistency of the release of your players. If they start playing with it and you're guessing on ice, you really need to get some consistent throws coming down the sheet as well.
Throw here, Anson.
Yeah, we can brush it.
It'd be close to the guard here.
Right?
Yeah.
And Anson with enough speed can make the double and be underneath cover.
Whoa. Whoa.
Anson Carmody,
Hard roll, Josh.
3rd Brier for him.
Good. Hard, Josh.
And look at that, sitting under that center line guard, sitting 2 with last rock here in 8.
Yeah, let's hit that one.
Put it back. Throw it 8.
Feel it right on the beak. Whoa. Nothing.
Okay.
Sorry, Bob. Throw it out. Halfway.
Okay. Just 2. Speed's still good, eh?
You hate to throw a guard when you're 1 up and you have hammer and it's an even end. But it's probably the right call here.
Yeah, it is, I think. You can't really leave that.
No, line's fine. You don't have to go early.
2, 3.
You don't have to go early.
3, 2.5.
I sure want the guard as tight as possible just in case.
Wait.
Gives you something to run back in
Yeah.
if something happens.
3. Just at the end, wait.
It's tight. It's all
Now.
go, Josh.
Anybody that plays at a curling club is going to say, are you out of your mind? We're sitting 2. We're going to cover that. Of course we're going to protect that.
But there's an example right there, Vic. You could, if you're Yukon, go around on the intern, sit the second shot, really squeeze that scoring area down.
Just sit here. Just throw board.
Board.
Getting ready to brush this one. I think this could curl and wait.
Board.
The intern's so straight.
Yes.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
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 Good throw.
Okay.
And I like the way they called it. They tried to get on it and anticipate it, just didn't finish at the end.
Okay.
One more turn.
Just coming around.
Just straight come around this one, top 8. Fight the 4.
Adam's staying on the offense here, isn't he?
Yeah, speed's still good, buddy.
It's nice to see. Hide a bit of this.
A little hot right
Should
now.
be there. 7.
Line's going to be
7.
tight.
7. Whoa.
Wait only.
Yeah.
Josh Berry.
7.
Where?
8. 8. Hard.
Okay,
Play the
close.
top.
8. Yep.
7, 8.
7, 8. Stop. Yep. Hard. Bump. Hard. Whoa. Roll it, Anson. Roll it.
Yep.
Whoa.
Okay.
Good weight, Judge.
And really that
Nice
situation,
stretch,
Vic,
guys.
because of that yellow guard, is starting to create problems for Prince Edward Island.
Tap him back just like
Yeah.
couple
Maybe
inches.
tap back
Yeah,
the rock.
we
He's
do
just
our
thrown,
six.
sit on top, sit second shot. How do you get it out of
Take
there?
it out.
Freeze. Not like that.
Yeah.
Well, for PEI, they got a bit unfortunate that guard didn't curl up enough. That was it's tight enough to use, but just didn't curl.
Should be there, eh?
We don't need to touch it.
Tight line. Where's the weight?
Bumping.
Oh, bumping.
Bumping.
Whoa.
Let's get over curl.
Nothing.
Whoa.
Nothing.
It's all there.
Whoa.
Nothing.
Little bit.
Nothing.
Shot.
That's good, right? That's nice.
Yeah.
So you got the inside.
Yeah.
Heavy hack.
Okay.
Heavy hack.
Okay, I've got 2 inches of air.
You want to throw board?
No, I like that.
I like hack. I don't think you need
I don't
one
want
more.
any more than board. I actually really like heavy hacks.
Yeah, I like that. Heavy hack.
Good throw, Josh.
It's
Like
a
the
huge
ice?
shot in this game. Obviously, you jam it. There's a chance for 2 all of a sudden. Or sorry, to steal. And you ever rolled to the inside here, which is there. You hit it right on the center line.
Heavy
It's
hack.
at 3.
Yep. Whoa.
So they like the weight out of his hand,
yeah.
calling for that heavy hack.
Hard.
Doherty, Carmody.
Hard. Easy. Easy. Off. Curl.
Oh, how good is that? They just flip it over. They got caught a little bit, but they're sitting a little underneath now. And but with that stone just peeking out at the center line, has he left something?
Good shot. This would have been nice. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think that you can get the top one. I don't think you make the double, Vic. They're queued up pretty nicely for Prince Edward Island. Just had to curl a tad farther.
Really nice throw.
Okay.
Shot.
Yeah.
Separation there.
Get everything we can see, eh? Wow,
Well,
the
these,
jam's there on the
if you
red.
throw control, these will move
Yeah,
over together.
that's right. Just throw control and we'll take that one out.
Smart
Well,
call. They're
just a
trying to
little
throw
bit
it
more
softer
ice.
weight, hit and stay on top of it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Aha.
It appears Saskatchewan, and this is one that could break it open for the team from Saskatoon.
And it really has been one of those ends where Brad Gushu and his team had 1 stone, and Saskatchewan just kept placing stones in front of it and in front of it. And on Brad's last one, a little bit heavy, hung out a little bit, touched the angles and rolled off. And so this is a free pass for 4 points, needs 8 foot.
Starting to curl. We're a little tight yet, guys. We're a little tight.
Steve Laycock, the new tenant in Saskatoon. Not given these chances very often now.
And the nose shouldn't do it, I don't think.
Doesn't curl that much.
3 red.
He was surprised. You hear what he said? Didn't think it would curl that much.
could have taken 3 more feet of ice and made that.
I agree.
Draw in again.
That's a huge point, too.
Puts Saskatchewan up by 1.
Oh, is this? Does he have a double? It's close. I don't know if I like that.
Probably has a double. Does he make that double, right? Oh, shoot.
Roll this in here. Yeah. I'm thinking tap it, T-line.
Yeah, I think I like
just try
that.
to roll the hair under.
Yeah.
I think that's our best shot.
I don't know if you want to tap it, like, cross it too much. You don't want to leave it wide open, right?
No.
I don't
just
think
almost
you
on
can.
the nose. Yeah, like
I don't
T-line.
think you can over curl it.
I like that. Oh, it looks from the other end. It looks like you can over curl.
Pretty hair is good for T.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of options of where to put this in the wings to not set up a double, so try to tap it straight back.
You can make the red double and make a few go away, but then you might set up a yellow double. So
that's not too much.
You're right. This offensive play is probably all they can do.
You're just throwing T-line weight, right? Pretty much.
Just T-line, maybe back button.
I don't think.
Well, Team Canada, we talked a little bit about a momentum swing here. They stole one to take the lead. They're sitting one right on the pot. Final rock for Manitoba and Reed Carruthers.
He's trying to play that thin double for 4.
Wow.
Same weight, Hodge.
Really, rock set up very well for Manitoba. Got a bit of a break, did Team Canada on Reed's first stone when he tried to move stones around and he left the shot stone buried, but an opportunity here.
Carruthers in his 4th Brier. Played with Jeff Stoughton when they won a couple of years back. Canadian World Championship. Got one, come across, and across the top. Steal 1, Team Canada.
To it. Yep. T.
Yep.
Whoa.
Adam Casey.
Hard, Josh. Hard.
A little bump.
Fine.
Sitting 1, sitting 2. Well, we told you about the struggles for Bob Smallwood and sitting at 63%, but also Adam Casey has really gotten away with it. When you take a look at his hit percentage, we've seen a couple of rollouts at 58. The strongest game has really been by Josh Berry so far.
There's enough room here, Vic, to actually come down and move that with speed. This one goes over here somewhere, but they should be able to kick it off of that one. Sit a pile of red.
I think if I was Adam on that one, when they realized it wasn't going to bump it a long way, just freeze it and not leave this.
And just have to say this so you two get paid. Those player numbers are brought to you by Ford, proud partners with Curling Canada for 21 years. Now you can talk amongst yourselves.
Whoa! Whoa!
What do you say?
He's going to get them both. So forget the 63%.
That's right.
Doesn't matter. Great shot. Way to go.
Well done.
The shots you make.
Very nice. That wasn't simple. You couldn't see a lot of that yellow. All of a sudden, Adam Casey, this might be to stay in the game.
So draw against 4.
There, less.
And he needs a good 8. A little bite of the red. His draw numbers have been good.
Should be there, I think. See you there. Where's it, Robbie?
Pretty good.
Where's it? Where's it?
Easy.
Oh, there.
It's all there.
T-line.
Draw against 4.
T-line.
Right on the pin,
Doherty,
guys.
Carmody.
Right on the
Just
pin
T.
for him.
Show him the tee.
Shot.
Hey, boy.
Oh, sir.
For the single, Prince Edward Island trying to lock up a spot in the field of 12. They lead by 2. Well, it's time now for the M&M Meat Shops Final End Challenge. Right after the game, go to finalend.ca and enter the secret word for a chance to win an all-expense-paid trip for 2 to the 2016 Brier in Ottawa. And the prize includes tickets to the Brier Hotel airfare. The first 100 entries will have a chance to win a $50 M&M gift card, and all participants will get an M&M discount. Finalend.ca. After we give you the secret word and after you go down the 90-meter ski jump at Canada Olympic Park. You know, you look at those and you think, how the heck could anybody want to do that?
No kidding.
Yeah, you did the bobsled though, you two. And,
yeah, that was bad enough. Wow.
It was. That was crazy.
I'm trying to think, was it in '88 was the Flying Finn? Matty Nukkonen, I think was his name. That was the outstanding ski flyer, because they even do 120-meter jump now.
It's pretty good.
Eddie the Eagle was in that one too.
Oh, that's right. Wow, you're right. Still haven't made that movie. I don't think they're still talking about making a movie on his
Sliding like way better.
his exploits. 6-4, Prince Edward Island leading. Yukon has the last rock.
I thought he threw like.
They have the Hammer playing Redstones here in 9.
Okay, quite open.
Yeah.
Big draw by Adam Casey and team to lob that thing into the button against 4. Now a little bit of breathing room, 2 up, but no corner guards here for Yukon.
Made a great come around on their first one.
Bring hard all you got. Hard all you got. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, very nice.
He just aired that guard.
Yeah.
Sweet guys. Yeah.
Just play the hair low. Try to.
Okay.
Yeah, just the hair low.
Hair low.
Good throw here, Anson.
Pretty straight.
Right at
here.
it, buddy. Right at it.
Wow.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Not even close.
Whoa.
Off.
Come back.
Catch it.
Get over there. Go, 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 go.
Angled it
Slower,
back and touched it, and it'll sit just open on the wide side behind the corner. So it's a chance here for Yukon.
It certainly is, Vic. There's a 2 on for sure here.
To roll over and leave a corner guard with them perfectly buried.
See a piece of that red, a small piece, but we watched Bob try to play one down there and it backed up on him a little bit. So be really careful if Prince Edward Island's going to take that one on.
Sir. Don't kill it much. Kill it. T is good because they're going to hit, right?
Gotta be T-line. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Track. Okay.
Ward.
Okay.
Sport.
Let's know though.
Well, the brush is down, and it looks.
No.
No? No? What's going on there?
Well, it is, but there is a storm in front of Jean-Michel that you could not, or in front of
I'm sorry, because you thought I was going to say it looks like a steal. No, but there's a draw for 2?
There is a draw for 2. It's a tight draw for 2, though. Really needs to get a chunk of the 4-foot.
Line's good. No, still no. Control.
Brad Jacobs and the team from Northern Ontario to the Sioux Curlers Association, and there it is.
Sit.
For a couple and a 6-3 lead, the champions of 2013, and of course the gold medal winners from Sochi.
Support, Josh.
Shot.
At some point, they'd like to work their way over to that other red one.
Surprised he's not now.
Yeah.
I think I threw it a little soft, but it
worked
felt
out.
like it was.
Yeah.
Lead.
Whoa.
Lead.
Weight's good.
Easy.
Whoa.
Easy off.
Off.
Get a little roller, Scanner.
Okay.
It is, yeah.
They played for that basically, didn't they? They wanted to virtually hit it dead on, and it's really a guard.
Use it as a corner guard. It's interesting. I thought they would, even on the one before, I thought they'd try to make their way over to the other side, but
Can they get enough curl on this, what looks like to us, straighter side?
T-line, just for line, bud.
Room.
T-line.
Not room. Not room.
Still got room.
No.
You
T-line.
I want to go.
Just T-line.
Go now.
Yep.
Hard now.
Yep. Come on.
Hard now, guys.
Trying to wrap it around that. Stone just sitting top edge with a 12.
Very nice. Does the job, really. It's probably easier to play the run back than it is to pick that out on the straight side.
I like the run. Got to play the run, Josh.
If you rub off on the freeze, you're setting up a 3.
Yeah.
I kind of like the run myself.
Okay.
If you miss the run, you're giving
Just a hair high, Josh.
At least it's
Nose isn't the worst.
The freeze is still buried.
Like the run, especially with the score.
No,
I don't think so.
Up 2.
Yeah, just make it. You got it.
Good throw, buddy.
It's probably the easiest of the 3 shots. The freeze is pretty dangerous.
Whoa. Whoa.
Off, off. Off. Never, 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 never.
Whoa.
Come on, come on.
Good shot.
Sit, baby. Sit. Okay, good throw.
Sit.
And, oh, look at that. It just ground to a halt.
Good throw, Josh.
Nearly brilliant. If you hit that a little thicker, he stays for shot. Over by that other red one.
Make it, that's hard on that. Throw the same way.
With the score the way it is, would you be tempted to go around again, try to get your 3, or is that yellow guard too tight?
I mean, 2's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hard. Yeah.
The yellow guard's kind of tight. You might leave them.
You guys okay?
One double.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff to run it into.
Gotta go. Okay. Head down and go, boys. Yeah. Head down and go. Head down and go.
Head down and go. Smallwood out now with Ireland.
Keep it going.
9.
All you can. More. A little more. Good stuff.
Sweet, guys.
Just try to roll in just a little bit, and then on my last, we'll have to play like
A lot of
big
energy
roll.
expended on that one, and you think the team that manages to get through this has
Great.
11 more games after the 3 they played to get here.
Yeah, and as we talked a little bit about that at the Scotties, that it's an advantage for ice reading, but fitness-wise and everything, you have to be able to last the entire event.
Just board. Just board. Oh, just
Clean
board.
up.
Yes.
Hard.
Oh, this is a big hold for them.
Clean. Clean up.
Carmody, Doherty.
Hard. No roll.
Wow.
No.
And they'll roll it over and stop it at the back edge of the 4.
It's a good roll.
Good shot, Casey. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good roll.
Change
He
it up
rolls
on it.
buried, and
Yeah.
I have a double.
Yeah.
If he noses,
Yeah.
he-
Yeah.
We're in the 9th now. Do you think Bob Smallwood, Russ, has the ice figured out?
Yeah, I do too. really do. And I haven't, not sure what they're trying to do here. Is nose this, take their 2, or are they going to give this a go and try to roll over by that yellow and get underneath cover?
There's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they do. But
Back, you can't do the double.
Okay.
I think they're happy with the nose hit here. That's what it sounds like.
I think that's what they were calling for. And I think Bob's rotation on this spot, because it is a little straighter spot, might be beneficial that he doesn't have as much.
Clean.
Yep.
Hard. Hard.
Again, O'Brien in Ireland. Don't want to give away these chances when he has.
I think just out of his hand.
Let's see how much I have. I mean, I could run it, but I think I have enough.
Yeah.
Just feel.
So do you think at this point on that shot, he tries to overcompensate? Do you think or is he just inside, Russ, with that?
Yeah, I think both. I think he, if he's thinking the way we were, that it's a pretty straight spot. You want to guard against floating it out like Adam did a couple times. So I think he protected a little bit, and with that lack of rotation, it's kind of a double whammy.
Well, Manitoba's sitting the 1. Can you get in there for a second?
Oh, he sure can. All he needs is the full 4, and it does finish so very hard. He drew on his first one, was a little bit short. And so John Morris capped the tap off, but he can definitely get through that hole and to the forefoot.
Oh, goodness. Adam Casey just catches enough.
Come on, walk in there.
Derek Semolgoski.
Go there, go there,
Colin
go
Hodgson.
there, go there, go there, go
On
there.
the brush.
Go, go,
Little
go.
tap. Up. Oh, no.
So close. Yeah.
And one is all they get, Manitoba.
One.
And Carruthers out of the West St. Paul Curling Club.
What a great shot by Adam Casey. Didn't look spectacular, but you only see a half a rock down an extremely straight spot. Not only did he pick it clean, but he left that yellow at the back, and really no choice here but your force or your single.
Where's the end, guys? All the way in.
All the way in. And just enough for Yukon. And Bob Smallwood. But he may rue that miss on his first.
The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2015 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Purex Bathroom Tissue. Purex, 90 years of pure comfort. And by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Okay, here we go. Draw one. Time for the M&M Meat Shops Final End Challenge. And the secret word is yummy. So right after the game, go to finalend.ca and enter that secret word yummy for a chance to win an all-expense-paid trip for two to the 2016 Brier in Ottawa, where the games and the Brier are bound to be yummy. And it's only day one.
Get it?
6-5. PEI leads. They do have last rock here at 10. Winner moves on to the field and joins the field of 12.
That's good. That's right. The yellow. The letters.
Clint Ireland.
Where are we?
1, 2. I mean,
1, 2, yeah. Okay.
The tick shot came down a little bit soft for PEI. Tapped it straight back. And not much behind the button.
Come on, fellas.
Pick something up. All right. All right. Pick something up, like. Sure, buddy.
Clint Ireland in his second Brier appearance played with Chad Cowan back in 2008.
Yep. 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 Clean. Clean. Yep. 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 Hard.
So Robbie Doherty able to rip his own off.
No, it's unfortunate to get a pick. Trying to throw that second guard.
I'll do it. I can do it. You can't put this one in.
There's, you can see, draw one, big crowd. You're working with the temperatures. You can see the footprints there. The athletes are really working hard. They perspire, but you get some spots that the rocks can stick on. It's not like the old picks where you hit a hair and the rock would go sideways. It's just enough to kind of have it smudge, is the way I used to call it. Just enough to slow it down a foot or two, get it to curl a little more, and that's all the difference in that one that hung up on the hog line. And you can see there's a lot of them there.
There was talk a couple of years back about
keep it clean,
trying to create insoles for the shoes that insulated against, because the players get so warm in here. It's a warm building when you're sweeping.
Yeah, I'm big on that. That's a great idea.
Yeah, just as he talked about.
A little more. That's good.
Putting something in to reflect the heat on the brush down to the ice. They would do the reverse and reflect the heat back up into the foot.
Exactly.
I'll just throw it pretty hard.
It'd just be as simple as maybe an insole in the shoe, but I didn't hear much about it after they talked about it.
Go, skip, hit. Hard, hard. Whoa, whoa. What's it?
Anson Carmody.
That grab?
I'm trying to roll it over, but it is covering the edge of the four now. PEI leads by 1. It was the 3 in the third. And then following that up with back-to-back singles in 4 and 5. Are the difference in both skips. Not playing particularly well, but surviving. The Game Story is brought to you by Travelers. It's better under the umbrella.
We got to be a 3.
Well, it's the missed opportunities, I think, in the case of Bob Smallwood, that last and a glaring example when he rolled out.
No, it's fine. Just leave it.
It's a good spot, Scott.
Back, grab something.
Yeah. Got it, kid. 3/4, 2/3.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it the same, I think.
A little deep on that one, and maybe worse situation is that it's angled. You can actually, Anson can throw this hard enough to make the double go away and roll away.
Hard! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Roll it, Robbie. Ah.
Got that started. All of a sudden, a really, really good chance to not only steal 1 to tie the game, maybe steal 2 to win.
Timeout. We'll talk it through. Timeout.
Timeout.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, they're suddenly getting caught a little bit on the ices. They're snapping, or they're not putting the broom down in the right spot. They're getting more curl than they expect.
So that'll bring
it's almost what we
Yukon
talked about,
coach
but not quite,
Bill Shearhart to the ice.
For this, but you know, half burying makes that rock useless, and it also puts another point in the scoring area. True. Now if we
wrap around half
play
burying.
out of the top, then we give them a chance to play.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to do that angle and then run one back.
That's right.
Well, bury one. You called it, yeah.
I think I like the half burying.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, well, you don't even have to go that deep. The important thing is to get the overlap.
Okay.
All right.
What do you need, a drink?
Just gonna grab a towel.
Well thought out with Bill coming in. He's talking about something like this. You don't have to go way back into this area. He's talking just up high. And that kind of alleviates this situation where you really can't run it back and get that rock. That's the one that's not simple out draw, the one on the back of the 4.
Oh, it looks like he's talking about coming in right top 4. I'm surprised because I think Bill was pretty clear about.
Yeah, he was thinking top 12.
Yeah, taking away the overlap.
It's light.
Line's tight.
Top post.
Where's the weight?
Top post. Let's go for a little bit right now and then just wait.
What? Room.
Well, they picked him up right away.
Where's the weight?
I thought I heard somebody say light.
The straight side we've talked about, we think it is up here. They know better than we do, but that's not finishing.
Yep. Come on. Whoa.
And he'll slip just back T-line, back of the button.
T-line back 4.
Boy,
How much?
you both say it often, and it just makes itself so evident. That stone a little higher. The fact that it comes back those few inches, millimeters, it's a different stone, different game now.
It really is. I'm laughing because we used to have a turkey shoot pick at Christmas, and you put a turkey on the button, a frozen turkey. It was the closest to the turkey, but if you hit the turkey, you touched the turkey, you were a turkey. You didn't get you were eliminated. So it's the same thing in this sport. You want to get as close as you can to pay dirt, which is the button, but you cannot be deep like that. That lets PEI and Adam Casey off the hook here.
8, clean. 9, clean. Yep. Whoa.
Clean, easy.
Whoa.
Easy.
Yes.
Easy. Yep.
Want to be shot.
Wow. Great shot.
Very nice.
Covers the pin.
Josh Berry's made a lot of quality shots this game.
Has he
4
ever?
foot. Just sweep to the top.
I mean, I think
Back 4, back 8.
that's how the skipper gets away with 73.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, he's made it a lot easier for Adam Casey.
I don't know if I like that call.
Just for line, Bob. Back forward, back forward.
Whoa, whoa. No line.
Back 8.
No, nothing.
Off.
Nothing.
Right off.
We got nothing. Where's the weight?
Back 8.
No. No, nothing.
Just back. Yeah, back 8, yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, again.
That's okay. That's all right.
It's really not. It really isn't.
Same weight.
Even short here, you'd love to nestle it in there, but even short probably does the job.
Line's ahead tight.
Line's good.
6, 7, 7. Clean. Yep.
8,
7. Hold it. Whoa.
8. Whoa,
Clean.
it's not curling.
Clean.
We're 8.
Clean it.
8.
Line's real good.
8, 9, 9.
Clean,
9.
clean, 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 clean,
9.
clean, clean. Yep. 8. Yep. Yep.
Whoa.
Good shot.
Beautiful curling. How do you get those out?
Real good spot,
Because
Josh.
you threw a wall for PEI behind the
Right,
button, and of
right.
course now it's impossible.
It's not the shot you make,
No,
it's
I
the
think we
shot
can
you
hit
leave,
this.
isn't it?
This might come across here
Yeah.
and sort of
that's
move
set
the
up
whole
great.
thing that way.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so too.
Just it's hard nose, right on the nose.
Yeah, you can still throw a 9 because we want.
And then we have this one for shot.
Yeah, and this will be sitting here.
Yeah.
I like that.
They're hoping to hit it right on the nose as opposed to high side, kick it off the red and try to get a bit of action. It's going to jam on this one, but they're hoping that yellow moves and the top yellow actually slides out a little bit too. At least open things up for a chance to get around that guard.
We got to come off of that and drag this whole thing that way.
Let's do it then, buddy.
Oh, it's overburied by a mile.
Yeah.
If you look up.
Oh, we're bound to move something.
Let's see if we can drag everything across.
You gonna throw some big weight?
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah.
I want to get right to the nose.
Okay. Everything's gonna move?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to jam pretty solid, but with these lively stones, they might be able to get a bit of carry and get it off the button at least.
Well, and maybe leave his shooter around somewhere that it's usable.
He said about banging it right on the beak, and he is heaved it from the hip. Get it by, bang. Now and then it'll squirt back. Shot stone remains PEI.
Really nice shot. That's the best you could possibly do.
Huh?
Good. Yeah, even.
That should be good there, eh? Nose isn't bad. You're right. Just a hair flop in, I think, is perfect, though.
Yeah, just flop in just.
Yeah. And if I go there, it's pretty good.
Like this is ideal,
Yeah.
right there.
Nose isn't bad. Nose to a hair flop in. Forward?
Yep.
There should be good ice.
Well,
eh?
Manitoba is sitting the 2, but Team Canada has the lead in last rock. John Morris.
And the way that stone is of reads that it is a nose hit that could give John Morris the win. Does not need to roll.
Clean.
Just get to the nose.
Whoa! No!
Clean.
And to the nose for the single and the win. Make the final 6-4. That game really turned around, Kathy, after the break, didn't it?
You know what? It really was the John Morris team that was slow getting out of the chute, but once they gained momentum, they were a different team in the second half.
From the overhead.
Josh, I don't want to throw it heavy. That's
You won't
good
jump
ice.
it, Casey.
Same weight I threw last time was
Just
good.
trying to roll slightly in so he takes away any freeze opportunity.
Yeah, exactly, because those yellows are hard to, on the right-hand side as we look. If this rolls partly buried, how do you jam it through there?
Forward. Easy.
A little solid.
Clean.
Adam Casey.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
And his first.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Doherty.
Whoa.
Carmody.
Yep. 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 Hard. 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 No roll.
Back,
Set.
roll,
Set.
and sit. Sitting 2.
He's got to make it real good.
Close. And timeout again being called by the team from Whitehorse.
Looks pretty good. It's a tough shot for Bob.
Just put it in there.
Well, and the higher the better, right? If we can have high body shot, I don't see why.
Yukon playing for their Brier lives here.
If it's half buried, I don't think he can get shot.
Yeah.
If we were half here.
Yeah.
I can't be up here. I mean, he's just going to whack it.
Well, high button's still going to be all right because there's
Northern Ontario leads by 2. They have last rock. Quebec sitting 2.
Well, and Jean-Michel Menard made a really nice double on his final stone, and he had to make the double because he trails by 2. But with no guards out front, it is make contact and something go away.
Brad Jacobs.
Yeah.
And he'll pick up the single to win it. 7-4 your final. To win their opener over the 2006 Canadian champion Jean-Michel Menard.
No choice here. You have to be shot rock here. There will still be a run for Adam, even if Adam makes it.
What do you guys want for
If that shot's there.
You want an 80? Yep.
We talked about this side.
Okay.
You see they're only 4 feet of curl here they're taking. It should be enough ice.
Don't panic, but
we'll put it there.
Yeah, we've seen a few times where it's come in straight, so Bob telling them not to panic too quick on the sweep.
They need to make it count. They need to steal a point here to force an extra to keep their chances alive at joining the
Where's the weight?
rest of the field.
Wait on late.
For sure, though.
Mid Ireland. Scott O'Dine.
Wait if you can.
Bob Smallwood
Line's
quickly
good.
following up the stone
Wait
as
if you can.
Wade's scoffing.
Close.
Calls and manages the house. Got to get it there, boys. And how good is that? Wonderful draw, Bob Smallwood.
Great weight.
Whatever you like. I mean, you have to
Just
really
didn't finish for him at the end.
No, it's there. It's possible. But Adam's looking at that run back that we illustrated. Beautiful shot.
Even if you know it, you probably get it, right? Or maybe.
See this entire rock from down there.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to play nose.
You have to be nose.
Yeah. Well, it's up to you. The run's pretty automatic. Even if you hit the yellow back to there, you're probably
just this, I can hit it. I can hit it straight onto the red.
Yeah,
straight onto the yellow.
Yeah.
I hear it low. I'm just worried.
Like
you not play back line and just push it? Try to get to the inside?
No, I don't like that.
Pretty easy, isn't it?
No, it's not. Because I can't just hit it in the back. Like,
no, I know, but
if I get it on the nose, it's no good with back line. They're still shot, I think.
I think that is more room for error.
I'm just worried. Is there any way that I could ever do this and have that shoot through there?
Well, I think you have to play to hit the yellow one this way. I don't think you can't play straight for the red.
Okay.
As long as you hit it anywhere low, you're not going to do any damage.
Yeah. Well, it's just that I could can I spin this out? Like that just stops there.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it should just kind of wiggle in and tap this up.
Play the
there.
Hair low,
just
right?
Firm right there.
Yeah.
Is this
hair low? Even if it kicks off the inside one, we're probably okay. Josh, I have all the back one. Right in the nose, in turn. On the back.
In turn?
On the back. Oh. Just make this.
Okay, gonna wait.
Peel.
Okay.
So just going after shot stone now, are they?
Yeah, he realized once he got down there, there's a bit of air, not a lot. You got to get by that guard, and you could even hit the top yellow one on the top of the button, but dead on, the red disappears for sure. A little high side. He hits it right where Josh's broom in. It might jam. So this has got to be precise.
Right now we're going an extra to get Prince Edward Island into the field. It's trying. Oh, and he stuffed it. He jammed it. Bob Smallwood and Yukon. We're playing one more to get into the main field here in Calgary.
It's an honor to put the BC colors on. You know, it's what curlers strive for. You know, it's what we compete for every single year. And anytime you get back to the Brier, it's an exciting moment. So we're super pumped to be back.
It's great. I mean, never gets old for sure. It's a great event, and especially this year, it's a hometown Brier for myself and our team. So hopefully we can use it to our advantage, and you know, it'll be important to get off to a good start and hopefully ride that support. Can't wait for it to get going.
Jim Cotter, last year's runner-up, against last year's winner, winning skip anyway. Brand new team for Kevin Cooey. That will be the game on TSN 1 and 4. You'll see Manitoba and Saskatchewan both coming off losses in draw 1 as they play on TSN 3 and 5. As for the first time in Brier history, you'll have your choice of 2 games. And let's update you on that game at Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, and Labrador. This is the final stone for Brad Gushue.
Well, he's got a really good opportunity here for the 2 and the win. Steve Laycock had a come-around tap on his first, or second rather, rolled off, and that is that rolled off stone he's trying to get right to. And the touch, there you go.
And that was for the 3 and a 7-5 win. So Saskatchewan coming off that loss, Manitoba coming off their loss against Team Canada, and that will be the game on TSN 3 and 5 tonight. One of these teams will join the rest of the field here in Calgary to play on through the rest of round robin. The loser will be eliminated, and that's single. What a big draw that was. Missed opportunity though by Prince Edward Island and Adam Casey. So we are tied and going to the extra. And once again, it will be the team from the Silver Fox and Charlottetown Curling Clubs that has last draw.
Yeah.
Well, they're throwing up now the second guard opportunity. The first one, Ireland just slipped into the top 4 foot.
Back line, Robbie. That one you just threw was probably just heavy hack. Most.
Weight's good. Back line. Back 12.
Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Got to be careful. This won't curl much here.
Clean. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Shooter. Go. Go. Beauty.
Very nice.
And what? Robbie Doherty. Everything else is finished, so all eyes on this remaining game.
Guard it up. Put one in here.
A, B, C, and we're playing on D.
Going around?
Oh, and the building gets quiet, and that's hard on the nerves when you're the final sheet out here.
Just that anticipation too of, you know, if we can win this end, we're in the big show.
You got the room.
Where are you?
You got the room.
Lots of room, guys. Lots of room.
Here it comes. It's coming nice, guys.
Decided to go around the corner guard.
Nice.
Interesting call.
T-line. It's got to be T-line. Come on, guys. Come on. It's got to be T-line. It's got to be my freaking house. Come on. Okay.
Do you have any in the back one?
Like a 10th or 11th, like 12th. Not much.
Well, from there, it doesn't look like you've got anything.
I have a tiny piece of it, yeah.
Think you can make it with board?
Okay.
Wow.
Dangerous call.
What would you
that
do,
corner
Russ?
guard's not. There's no sense in peeling it. It's not hurting me.
Okay.
What would you do?
Well, I wouldn't say agree with Adam on that one. He could peel it. I know what he's saying. He's saying I can, whatever you get in behind there, I can outdraw it. But you'd like to get to that red one, and by throwing soft weight here, don't forget this will curl here. If you ever hit this too thick, you've thrown a center guard.
Hard, you got it. Hard, you got it. Go.
Oh, goodness, he got it.
Wow, what a great shot.
Doherty and Barry on the brush.
Great shot, buddy.
Good brush.
Yeah.
Oh.
Couldn't see much of that.
No.
Shot.
Beautiful stone. Did you ever miss that wide? You leave it buried.
That was what was kind of interesting about Bob making the call to go around the corner, because it's not what you expect. It kind of throws the other skip off. What do I play?
It's true.
You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Whoa, whoa.
That's good. That's fine. That's good, guys. Good saving.
Yeah, there's either way.
Nice
Okay.
garden there.
Make sure we get the one.
Half's fine. Half, and you go over it.
Good throw here, Anson.
Played long enough in this crazy sport that these can, you got to be careful with this. It's not just the peel. Watch where that red one goes. If you hit it too thick, you're onto that yellow corner.
Wow.
Oh. Well, we just clean it. Side one? Just clean it. Just clean it.
I'm more worried it was chipping in. Good shot.
It's good. Good shot, buddy.
The rock on the side of the button there is certainly, you can freeze to that. Don't really have to bump it to be shot rock. It would have to be a perfect freeze, but that other yellow could be that winning point for PEI, where Adam, the way it sits now, could come down and blast that out of there and still have the saver.
Doesn't have to stick around.
Line's fine. Go. Yep.
Wade scoffing.
Can't be late. Yeah, crapping up. Crapping up. Go, 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 go. Crapping up. Go, go, go. Go. Go.
Everybody's rushing this here in the saddle now. There you go, boys.
It's the one.
He's had a very good game, Josh Berry.
Very solid.
Real hard. 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 Keep going hard.
There's the jam.
Okay.
So there is a corner up there for Yukon.
Rolls a hair more of that red one, bumps into the center.
Now you got a center guard for them.
Maybe a little bit more.
That'd be nice, the boys say.
It's a bit more.
He's really tight.
At least it's better.
Just clean.
Where's the weight?
Clean.
2 or 3.
Oh, just over.
Clean.
Just
Clean,
over.
clean, 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 clean.
Just over, guys. Just over.
It's over.
It's good.
Okay. Nice shot.
Go, Wade.
Looking, guys.
Interesting.
As long as that's not June jam.
Just same shot, or
Yeah, as long, well, might just jam though.
You go this way, it might redirect somewhere down here. That would not be fun. You could try to hit it the other way,
like this.
but you got to be careful this way also.
Would you ever ignore them and come around them yourself? I know they're there, your opposition stones, but would you ever think about doing that?
Wouldn't be wrong. You know, we're all trained with hammer to leave your skipper a shot. So going around, if you come deep, you might not leave him a shot.
You just can't half. I think half's just a hair too thin.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's better to play it this
Set
way.
time out.
Might be easier to play it with the out turn, catching the center line rock thin and then over the top of the red and out.
Play it this way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you play it this way, there's a risk of hitting this and even rolling it over.
Yeah,
there.
I want to hit
back in
skinny.
that yellow though, boys.
Yeah.
It could. They both can.
Yeah, either way
decent
can.
guard.
I think
I
you
like
hit
this.
this 2/3.
I think you go this way.
Okay, I like
Right?
it.
Yeah.
Same ice, but good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2/3. Okay, Josh.
The other way, you could jam it and roll it on top of ours.
Long walk for nothing for Coach Lincoln Peters.
Thanks for coming out.
Yep.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks a lot, boys. Good throw here, Josh. Nice positive, buddy.
Whoa, off.
Pretty soft.
No. No.
It's too thin. That red comes into the rings.
Nice shot.
Good shot.
I'll get rid of one. Moves it over just a
That's
bit.
the best result.
Very nice.
Just had to go a little bit.
That's the best result for sure. Mind the freeze bump.
Good shot.
It's kind of nice.
Why do we have to bump? Well, let's walk it through.
Are they behind?
We could put something.
I don't think so, man.
Well,
it's either a guard or you freeze.
What if we went here?
Then
They have to then nut it.
Jam.
They have to nut it, but they can't go too easy. They'd have to try to go that way. That's a thing to think on.
I think we just stick it right here on my last shot.
On your last shot, yeah.
And see what happens with the guard.
You want to go long guard or do you want to go tight guard?
Timeout
Well,
called
I want to
by
cover
the Yukon.
I want to go with this side of center maybe, so I'm not getting messed up.
Well,
with
I'm not sure how much this coming around the corner guard is going to help us right now.
Understood.
No.
Yeah.
Well, like if we come around the corner guard, what the heck's he going to do? He's probably just going to guard that.
Yeah, yeah.
But if we don't get second shot, then we're
something over here, Bill?
The important thing, if we freeze to that, the important thing is to make sure we freeze on the right angle.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of throwing a guard, and then.
Well, I mean, he's just going to peel it. Then what are you going to do? You're
Well,
going to play that
then you
shot
freeze,
anyway.
and then he's going to throw that on his last shot.
Yeah.
Or.
That's why I was thinking if we go here.
Or do you want to throw the freeze first?
Could get a jam.
Throw the freeze. He spills everything. Do a hit and roll, or just tap it back.
The hit and roll is always the hardest shot.
So just then tap it back and hope that he nuts it and rolls away.
Well, the thing is, you can tap him back right now if you want, and he's got to make a play on it.
Yeah, we got to throw for it. I think
but then it's got and we got no guard.
Well, if you're going to play a guard, how deep are you going to make it?
We go here, or we can go up here.
I was going to go deep, but he's probably going to come around first, right? He's going to try and come
Really room to get to that yellow rock.
All right, if he ignores it, then you still have a chance to get around.
Okay, I think so.
You want to play the guard?
Or I can come off of that yellow.
Let's play the guard.
Okay, where do you want the guard?
Let's play the guard.
Two choices that I see, and they talked about both of them. You could freeze, which I really like, because they've got a tough shot. They make the play, and then at least you've got a chance.
Put it right.
If you put one top 8 like that, as we drew in this area here, it's hard for PEI to get it out of there without hitting it dead on. You hit it dead on, there's another piece of shrapnel out there that they can use Yukon with their last one for cover.
Well, I'm with you, Russ. I like the freeze.
I think they're throwing guard. I think.
Oh, it's come this way, wait.
You want a 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're talking 3 guard.
Hog line.
If you're throwing a guard, it should not be on top of the shot rock because it's then easy to peel.
Center?
Yeah.
I think PEI is really happy with this decision. You're going to guard it. I like what Wade said, is throw it kind of in between them where we drew it up on the chalkboard here. It's hard to remove it without hitting it dead on.
Is it a 3 or what is it?
It's a 3.
3 to a 4.
3
This
to
could
a 4 by
overcurl.
itself.
Are you sure?
No, 3. Just a 3. Just a 3.
It looks nice.
3. Where'd you want it to stop?
Clean.
Beside the red.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, Bob.
There's good. Let's go, Adam. Let's make it. All right, Casey, good job.
Just pretend it was there, or maybe there, somewhere in there. It's hard to remove. Here it's easy. This is not a problem rock. As a matter of fact, Josh just showed him this way, around, the way it goes. Then if the freeze isn't absolutely perfect, Adam's going to be able to throw a bullet down there and you've got that saver.
We've been running pretty true here. Coming up
Yeah,
a
it
little
seems
bit.
like it. Yeah. To it.
And we just need to be nose and maybe a quarter.
Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Whoa,
Clean.
whoa, whoa.
Shot.
Casey makes it go away. Do you think, Russ, that one of the
Maybe just a little bit more.
thoughts that comes into play here is because the freeze. Now, I understand what you're suggesting is they didn't even have to play the freeze with their first one. But is it because the freeze is so difficult to make perfectly?
Yeah.
You may you tend not to play it.
Yeah, that's very true. Like this is next to impossible to get this perfect, but it's there. It can be done, but I wouldn't want to be throwing it.
I want no bump.
What's that?
I want no bump until the line's over.
The one advantage he has is at least he threw his guard this way, so he has a little bit of a good read on the path and probably wait.
85.
Don't forget, it has to be shot rock here. The freeze is one thing, but if it over curls an inch, it's not even shot.
It's there by itself.
Well, it's not much more than the guard,
okay,
you guys.
Just give us
Keep
the
it
line
clean.
there.
Clean.
We're there.
Come on.
Another bit.
It's all about staying in.
Good.
Line.
The Brier for Yukon now, trying to steal their way into the
Hard.
field of 12.
You got one bit.
Hard, guys.
Hard.
Ireland. Adine. Oh, and it's going to overcurl. And it's going to be the win for Prince Edward Island. And they are on to the field of 12. Make the final 7-6. And they won't have much time to celebrate. In about 90 minutes, they'll be on the ice against Ontario. And the team from Penland Falls, and skipped by Mark Keane. And for Yukon and Bob Smallwood, their Brier ends here on this Saturday afternoon. So in 90 minutes time, we'll join you. And on TSN 1 and 4, you'll see BC against Alberta. Well, on 3 and 5, you'll see Manitoba against Saskatchewan. First time ever, multi-sheet coverage of the Tim Hortons Brier. You have a choice between 2 different games. Terrific way to start this Brier here in Calgary. So until we talk with you again in 90 minutes, thank you for joining us. The Tim Hortons Brier is here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.